The stardate is 60717.5. Captain Pend and Ensign Ven, last we left off, are facing a spiteful explosion from the person they were chasing. Lieutenant Arlen is becoming a bit ill after some of his exposure to a certain nuclear reactor. Lieutenant Commander Aza is finding exhaustion catching up to her after much busy work in the... Well, busy work sounds a bit dismissive, but much work in the med bay of the icebreaker. Commander Thralic is hot on the heels of Admiral Yaden and is trying to keep him from making a terrible mistake. And Lieutenant Ryloff holds intelligence that could save or doom the Achilles and all its crew. It is a 2-threat game, and we look to a certain planet, far, far away from the ship of the icebreaker and the crew aboard, and instead look to Pend and Ven in the midst of a massive explosion, which we're about to resolve. Which one of you got cover? So one of you has a little bit of has some resistance to this. Actually, no, you dived, so yeah. Anyway, where's the thing I'm looking for?
I mean, we also have shields and armor, but
don't worry, I can try to fix it for you.
God for that.
Why are you saying thank God? I'm the one who had to take it to the face.
I had one last search and then I'm giving up. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Alrighty then. So I need to determine how much damage this guy does. Once I pull up the sheet again. Boop. Boop. Slow motion explosion, don't mind me. There we go. I have all the wrong books open, no wonder I'm lost. I was sitting here going, no, I'm ready to go. Let's just get rolling. This one. There it is, right there. Okay, that's what I wanted to know. Then you get to roll 2 challenge dice, and that will add to your resistance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I'll just take it like a champ.
Oh, I'll explain this in a moment. I just wanted him to roll his resistance first before I say what that challenge dice roll actually means. Two. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. With piercing 2. So awesome. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
I'm saying it's gonna eat all our resistance.
As the entire chamber you're in fills with a phased polaron burst that engulfs the chamber and rips through most of your shielding and most of your armor. Like even and the pulse goes past the rock that Ben dove away from. So you're looking at 8 stress each.
8 stress.
And don't forget to roll shields.
Yeah, I was gonna say I gotta roll to see if the shields pop.
Okay, neither of your shields popped. We'll move on.
I'll just spend a medal to half it to 4.
Yeah, I'm about.
Let me just give you the name.
So, yeah, because I think I have it too. Yep. I also have the decoration.
Oh wait, Ben, sorry. I'm gonna walk back the damage I just did too, because die for cover. The specific reason you did die for cover, when you succeed at that, you take no damage, so you're actually fine.
Okay,
Nothing
so
happens. I forgot about that.
I don't have to spend anything.
Oh, it's the Declaration of Gallantry. So I can suffer half the damage.
So your shields flicker. But Pend, you get an alert from your suit computer that you have a breach.
Awesome.
So after the chamber fills, then you're able to kind of look up, and after the pulse kind of washed over you, and you kind of note, you can see bits of the walls are still sparking a little bit from being charged by the Polaron burst. And you can see on vent, when you look over at Pend, you can see the breach, and there you can see air just push rocking away from his body and impacting the and lighting up his shield around him. Like, it's an obvious tear. Something very vital blew out when he got hit.
Okay. Okay. Did I bring my... I should have my medical kit, eh? Would I happen to have something in that could, like, some kind of a bandaging solution that I could use to patch it, even if temporarily?
You could attempt a patch job with it. Daring plus engineering difficulty will be increased to 4, because would be 3, but it's increased to 4 because you're not using the right tools. So you kind of have to make do with what you have.
Mm-hmm.
And comp 2 naturally, because you can. This isn't meant for suit repair. It's meant for organic repair.
Question.
Yeah.
What happened to the Deadman switch I'm currently holding?
You are currently holding it.
Okay, just making sure.
You said diff 4. Wow, I guess I'm using this right now.
And you can feel that it's for the Deadman switch. Sorry, for the Deadman switch, you can feel that there is a pressure that you have to hold down.
Nice.
Like, you do have to grip it to keep it from firing. That's why if you got knocked out, it would have gone off anyway. That would have sucked. But anyway, Ven, sorry, go ahead.
So I am going to... Hang on, I just had it. I'm going to spend my determination, I think, quick on my feet.
Yep.
Spending 2 threat to buy a 3rd die. Daring engineering. This isn't my best roll, but it's also not garbage. That's 5 hits.
So you gain the momentum back, and yeah, you're able to.
What? with 2 bonus momentum on the table, I'd like to create an advantage that I actually did a very good patch job with this surgical tape. It's not just a hack together thing. It's actually, this is decent. Like, this will hold.
Yeah. You added some bandage, and then you actually mixed up some chemicals that wouldn't be safe for to use on a person, but you know that it would create a very firm surgical. Well, actually, no, it'd be like surgical glue, and you're kind of filling in all the air gaps that would be in the bandage. So you have this. And that advantage will mean that Pend, you won't be your mobility won't be screwed up because you basically have a bunch of fabric against you now. Because now he didn't use more than he needed to. He used exactly the amount and then used glue to fill it solution to kind of fill in the gaps. It's not great. If you take damage again, that's going to pop again because that's fabric. It doesn't have any armor quality to it, but it's better than nothing.
Okay.
And I don't get to hurt you because everything on this planet takes time to hurt you. Oh, hey, Pend.
Yes.
Take this. 3 stress, but your shields help. So don't worry about it. From the high pressure.
Ah.
1 whole round of you being exposed to high pressure. So there's this moment where you saw the shields around you kind of fuzzing a lot more brightly while Ben's working on you, but eventually once the patch was there, the shields kind of calmed down.
Oh, doesn't he need to roll for the shields though?
Oh, you do. That's true, yep. Because you took damage. You're fine. Shield held.
Okay.
Should mark that you have shields on.
Thought I'd make sure. So...
Well,
Okay.
Edison, looks like I was under pressure there.
I get the feeling like if I made that joke, you'd yell at me. Anyway, sir, that thing you're holding there, what are we gonna do about that?
Well, I'm going to look at it, attempt to disarm it so I can put it down, then see what we can scavenge information-wise from our, shall we say, less than one piece Iconian? Then leave, hopefully. So would you like to assist me by helping scanning this handy little switch?
Let's see what the roll is.
What are you doing? That'll tell me what role it is.
I'm attempting to access the switch to see if it can be disarmed or tricked.
So you are doing the disarm roll. I heard you were scanning it, so I got. Unless that's just the assist.
He was saying like that's how I could assist.
Ah, okay. In that case, control plus security, difficulty of 3. Wait, security? Yeah, disarming. Right. Assisted by reason plus engineering. Because you're understanding how the device works.
Reverse engineering focus.
Yes, definitely.
Focus in composure.
Yes. Because if you whiff this or get a complication, bad things are happening.
No. I'll just give you a threat for a third die. I'll re-roll one of them.
Yeah. Always feels good when you roll that on.
Gain a momentum. You are able to disarm the dead man switch.
Hey, Ensign.
Yeah.
Catch.
Yeah.
For 2 threat, no, I'm just kidding. No, we're reactivated it.
Jarring security, Div 2, go!
Well,
Should we take this with us?
I mean, if you wish for a souvenir, by all means.
Well, I don't know. Rylov might want to take a look at it.
Yeah, he is that type of person, isn't he?
No, it. He's looking at presumably the smoldering circle where the Iconian agent used to be.
There's
I
a
assume-
shadow. There's a shadow cast where he last stood, and nothing else.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I'm presuming that there is nothing even remotely approaching a object or anything left behind. It is all vaporized, I presume.
Yeah.
I mean, it's such a shame. He's a shadow of his former self.
Boo.
Well, let's have a quick look around to see if he graciously left us any data packets before he decided to take the coward's way out.
Yeah, well, he would have had, unless it was somehow built into his suit, he also would have had to leave behind his scanning dispersal devices.
Well, anything we can get is better than nothing. Ensign, have a quick look around. I'll give you a hand by pointing out key areas.
It's insight what?
Reason, science.
Okay.
I'll direct you.
Gonna spend what's the difficulty, 2?
Mm-hmm.
Momentum for a third die, no focus. This is fine. Re-rolling the complication. There we go.
Would you take my assist? I'm basically directing.
I was thinking it was more along the lines of insight science or insight security. Like you're literally eyeballing stuff. But if you're using up your direct,
Yeah, and I mean, I just made the roll, so.
Well, it's more of a momentum generator for us and people after us. So I'd prefer to direct to try and create a bit of something.
Presence command if you're directing.
Please. Would you accept either mental prowess?
I don't think it's that hard to convince Van to do stuff.
I mean, I don't know, but no, more in the case of this is how I would hide it.
I wouldn't, because you're directing him. That's my limiter.
Okay.
You're instructing Ben on how to do something. You're inspiring him to do his job better.
Then I'd either go for strategy and tactics, or lead by example. Oh.
Strategy and tactics I'd take here.
Okay.
So gained a momentum out of that. Then you are quite certain that you are surrounded by the natural rock face of this planet. There is a fair amount of most of the beta radiation, most of the radiation from outside you are sheltered from. So the class of radiation is a lot lower. Pressure isn't really affected. It is cooler in here, so there isn't a temperature hazard in here anymore. But the only thing of technological note is the device that you're holding and your suits. You even double checked the scan to make sure it wasn't a glitch or something. You are certain that's what's going on.
Yeah, and I'm not feeling that I'm not getting the readings indicative of that scattering field anymore.
No, that scattering field's gone.
Okay.
You do have an obtain information question.
Yeah, because I get a free one because I'm tricorder scanning.
Yep.
Presumably, then all of his technology then was in his suit.
That seems beyond the dead man switch. Yep.
Okay. Well, Captain, looks like he was looking to take everything with him. All the effects that he was generating, presumably, were on his own suit. Presumably any data storage device he would have had would also have been on the suit. Again, probably why he blew himself up.
Well,
If he was gonna leave behind something that would have tied him back to that would have given us information, he probably wouldn't have blown himself up the way he did. Because we would have gotten what we wanted anyway.
well, while we didn't get any excess information, that's still one extra agent off the board, so let's take what of victory we can.
And he waves a little dead man switch in the air. And this is, well, it's not nothing. I don't want to say it's something.
Well, instead of hanging around if there's nothing left for us to salvage, let's head back up to the entrance and set off the beacon for pickup.
What about the shuttle?
We didn't bring a shuttle then.
No, the shuttle that he brought down.
The captain's shot is a fiery mess in the canyon.
Right.
Remember, we glassed it.
Yep.
I mean, if you want to try and make it serviceable, by all means, I'll watch.
I'm good. I don't even think Arlen could get that thing flying again.
Don't give him a challenge.
We can ask him next time we see him, but for now, maybe just the beacon.
Mm.
And I'll start heading back up the tunnel.
So you're heading out to here?
Yeah.
I need the both of you to roll Insight plus Security, difficulty 5.
Oh, for
Oh,
the
no.
for the Klingons.
No.
No, of course not. So, Ensign, this would be the perfect place to set up an ambush.
It's like they had the same idea.
Focus and lead by example, because I'm pointing out a clear ambush point.
You're each rolling on your own.
Oh, we're rolling separate. Oh,
Yeah.
that's garbage.
Strategy and tactics.
Yep.
Let's see if I can reduce it. Would you accept the
I'm
trait?
just looking at what I've got.
Yeah, I'm going to go from now. Would you accept the trait of Tellarite because I have increased senses such as hearing, smell, and whatnot?
One second.
Yeah, I had to look up what Tellarite was. Apparently it's like increased senses.
I thought they were resistant to radiation or some nonsense.
Not that I know of.
Oh, I might be thinking the other ones. Oh, you just don't get drunk easily. That's high tolerance for toxins, drugs, so on. But a keen sense of smell. Excellent eyesight, more acute. Yeah, sure. I'll knock down the diff for you. That makes sense.
I mean,
Good
it's
work,
something
yeah.
that's not really talked about, but yeah, they've got keen senses.
Can I spend my milestone from last session where I scanned for the agent in the cases?
I'll take that. You might be just passively scanning, just out of sheer interest, but also you might catch something.
Yeah, because this is a cave system. Scanning beams bounce all over the place down here.
Yeah.
Okay. Spending towards value, always ask questions.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can spend
I'm
it
gonna
all.
spend two momentum for a third die. Fuck it, 3 threat for a 4th.
Roger.
I don't have any focus on this. I just have to hope. Insight, Purity. Not my worst roll, but
Well, there
That's
you go.
fine.
On the button, yep.
So I'm currently at diff 4. Would you accept Master Strategist?
Yeah. Div 3.
Tried and tested stretch.
I'll say no. You haven't been ambushed on the ground all that often.
The only other one I could really play for is Hoplite.
I would take that.
Okay, so I'm currently down to diff 2.
Yeah,
I'll give you a threat.
certainly. Three momentum generated by the look of it.
Yeah, so this would be the perfect place to set up an ambush.
And from atop the ridge, you can see a squad of Klingons. 4 of them seeming to use various scanning equipment, and one with a rifle on a bipod, aiming way down to where you guys are. And you're in combat. You're not surprised, so you're about to be shot at. So you can choose to dive for cover if you have no hesitation. You could use that at this time.
I don't believe we do.
So oh, this thing's don't have area. What am I talking? Why am I even bothering to look that up? That's not how disruptor rifles work.
I mean, that's still got to be some distance for a disruptor rifle.
Yeah, it seems to be modded specifically for a long-range shot like this. It's the sort of thing you wouldn't want to. It's the sort of shot you wouldn't want to take on a lark, and they're at a elevated position from you, so it makes the shot difficult but viable. Okay.
Oh.
That doesn't help with that. Okay. So, what's your target number, friend? This plus this. You're not stabbing. You're shooting. He just barely hits you, but there's a couple problems with this. Because the complication is that Mr. Genius up there, Mr. Veteran Sniper, being a Klingon, could not help but go, "Rah!" Like he shouted something. You couldn't really audibly understand what he was saying all that much. Probably die or something, or for Kalis or whatever. Whatever it was, it doesn't particularly matter. It did help you see that he warned you he was going to shoot. He is firing at Pend. He just hit. So if you want to dive for cover, it's diff 2.
Sure.
Oh, sorry. No, it'd normally be diff 4 because he hit the 2, but it's reduced to 2 because Genius up there shouted.
What's the roll?
It is a fitness security roll, and you throw me 1 threat.
Sure, I'll give you 1 threat. Would you take strategy and tactics because I realised I'm about to walk into a possible ambush?
I would also. I'll give you. I will reduce the difficulty again because you're near cover, so it's easier for you to dive away from the shot. Because you can just dive right back into the cave.
Yeah. I'll give you another threat.
You could probably also reduce from hoplite.
Probably.
Just give it a diff 0.
Yeah, why not?
You would, yeah. That's reasonable. Hoplites are used to being. Hoplite training would cover ambushes like this.
We gain 4.
Well, fine then.
Y'all
Swift
really need to
task.
take like the personal shield technology and make it into like an actual shield made of Federation shield thing.
You just need like a bunch of a whole detail with like a portable shield generator just running around with you. Pull an Overwatch.
Yeah,
so you
we
have
just
two.
need to get like an 18-wheeler that's just hauling the entire like shield generator and just driving along with us.
I think we just call that a tank.
No. This is like a new innovative invention. I've just come up with it.
No, what if though? What if we also put some like phasers on there and put them on swivels so they could shoot in any direction?
No,
In
no,
that
you
case,
misunderstand
you would
me.
be
We need
a.
two separate inventions, one for defense and one for offense. That way I can charge you twice.
Ah, Frank.
Also,
about it.
if you combine them, you're getting close to having a military, and that's a no-no.
Anything for Penn's float there for diving away from cover. I do no damage because you dove away.
I do have one, but I don't think you'll take it.
You can always ask.
Considering with how long he probably was sat there waiting to ambush us, because all of our equipment was at this entrance, maybe he overcharged his rifle and maybe it's on a bit of a extended cooldown.
You could do that, yeah.
Please.
I'm swift tasking. I'm not shooting my rifle anymore. I'm shooting my pistols. As the group of them just go, screw it, they drew their pistols and they all and peppered the only other target they can see.
I mean, luckily then they're still at a large distance with pistols, so he should be in a good position.
Yeah, now it's higher than diff 2. It's plus I'm swift tasking, so and I don't have my cool sniper anymore. So diff 5 to hit. Wait. Long, extreme, swift. 5. I was right. Diff 5 to hit you. You might not have to die for cover. Blam. 1, 2, 3 is not enough. So a lot of shots. Pew, 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 just. It's really scary to see a volley of disruptor fire happening. The thing is, pistols are not calibrated for this long a shot, and they have no sights. They're just eyeballing these things. That is that squad's turn. Goes to you guys.
We make a run for our gear and get out of here.
Oh, there's no ship.
I thought.
No, they
just
went
beamed
away.
out.
We literally have to set the beacon off for them to come back. So, Ensign, collect our equipment and set off the beacon. I'm going to say hello to some of our recent friends.
All right, sir. Ben is gonna go and start setting up the beacon.
Are you grabbing it and pulling it inside, or are you actually going outside? Are you staying outside and turning the beacon on?
I'm gonna try and pull the beacon to the entrance to the cave.
Okay. I was like, I'm pretty sure you don't want to stay outside. I'm not telling you what to do, just assuming.
No, but I need it.
Fitness con difficulty of 2.
Spending 3 momentum, because this is not my role. I have a 50-50 shot on any given die. Okay.
Gain your momentum and inside you go. Grab it. You grab what you can. Lift like it's the annual decathlon and run like hell back inside the shelter of the cave. Turn goes to Pent, unless Sven is swift tasking.
I'm not.
Okay. It'll take a minor to get on your feet.
Yeah,
'Cause you have to dive down.
I'll jump on my feet and spend a minor.
Boop.
I am going to do the thing the Klingons are not expecting.
Surrender?
I mean, I definitely won't be doing that one. But no, I'll charge up a hill at a fortified position with snipers and pistols.
Okay, so fitness plus con. I'm gonna make it difficulty 1 because of the terrain. Normally it'd be 0. So you need to get to an extreme range. You'll move to medium. If you succeed at all, and to get to where they are, like to get to melee, it'll take an additional 2 momentum or threat to cover the rest of the distance. You know what? I have some threats sitting on my table. I'll make it a diff 2 task. Why not?
Do y'all do squads often on the Achilles?
Not often. I haven't used it that often. Haven't had need to.
Then Pen, just be aware that every
He gets to roll 5
attack,
dice.
Yeah, without spending resources, so you got to be aware of that.
Yeah,
I was wondering, like, man, he's not spending any threat for this.
Yeah,
Because they're working as a group. But as you take people down, they get weaker, right? They kind of get in their own death spiral as you start hitting them.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
I'd like to
Or
spend
the nightmare, I guess.
the Starfleet Exploration Division decoration.
Roger.
I'm going to be reducing the difficulty of a con task by 1, please.
So diff 1.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to spend some more threat, by all means.
Nah, I'm good. I was happy to get it up to 2.
Would you take composure?
I would, yeah, because you are charging a fortified position. That does take a bit of take a deep breath and go sort of mentality.
Would you take the trait of hoplite?
Yes. Hazard teams are expected to be able to do stuff like this.
Okay, I'll just roll the 2.
Gain a momentum.
Gain 2 because that was diff 0.
Oh, it's true. Yep.
And I'll spend those 2 to get into melee with 5 Klingons.
I hope someone's recording this in case Pen wins, right?
I am recording this.
Well, no, I meant like in character.
Ven, for a brief moment, you kind of poke your head out as you're getting the thing set up. You're trying to see what the captain's doing, and then from the clouds part, and several moons seem to descend rather rapidly towards the planet. But those aren't moons, because they're very green, very energetic, moving way too fast. And they seem to be crashing down toward Penn's position.
Wow.
New scene.
He's just fired fucking disruptors from a ship at me.
The Klingons know who they're messing with.
Okay.
I mean, should I be honored?
Probably, yeah. They're trying to take you out by orbital bombardment. Usually they only do that for heavily fortified positions.
Penn looks up at the giant disruptors coming down. He just goes, "Ah, that's cute."
Well, luckily I've got Ven as a witness.
The collaborator who got him in the trap. Now, so Admiral Yaden and Commander Thralic come onto the bridge. Helm, set course for the previous system, Beta Lankal, maximum warp. Sir? Commander Kampf, I want you to summon a senior staff meeting. Everyone should be recovered from medbay by now. Commander Thralic? I want you to assemble a brief to present to the from your crew to mine. You have 15 minutes.
Admiral.
And Aiden takes off. Comp does some things on his console and takes off.
Well, yeah. I'll go, I guess. Find my quarters real fast and write up a presentation.
Insight Command difficulty 1 as you get into the turbo lift.
I'm wondering if maybe I need to stay on the bridge. Lack of command officer seems bad. Right. And guess observation.
I would take that, sure.
A trait of military history, family.
Yes. This
Cool.
zero.
Fuck it. Oh wait, I had comp set to 2 for some reason.
Also, you rolled
A
one
19.
die.
Yeah, I did everything wrong there. I said the wrong thing to do. There we go.
So yeah, you gain 2 momentum.
Yep.
Yeah, the admiral asks you to get a report from your crew. So he wants you to gather data. He's not calling the entire Achilles staff to his briefing because he has his own staff to worry about. But he wants you to collect data from your team to see what you all know. So he
Gotcha.
you can kind of summarize what everyone else knows to the staff.
Cool. Then I will start by finding Rylov.
Okay. I'll note as well that the as to the thing about leaving a command person, you're not a normal part of the crew, so it's as a matter of course, someone just, the pilot or some other officer just takes command.
Cool.
You're best off. The fact that you were there was a more of a by default, unless the admiral has you confined, you're and you're authorized. You're the senior officer, so unless we're told not to listen to you, we're going to listen to you.
Yeah. So then, yeah, I'll go find Rylov and I will send off messages to the counselor and Arlen that I'll need reports from them immediately as well. Basically.
Okay, so you are heading off to find Rylov. So we go to a certain corridor. This isn't the case anymore. Don't need these anymore. Don't need you currently. I just have you in a hallway somewhere. Boop. Starlet comes looking for you.
I swear I was in a cell.
Yeah. Don't worry about that.
I was under arrest last I heard.
Yeah, you were released.
Probably about 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Oh.
So you're kind of probably on your Throx has an easy way to find you because you're probably in a brig, and then you were released. So you're probably heading off to somewhere else on the ship, and then Thralic comes find you.
Oh no. My keyboard decided it's dying, so me typing things is going to be a problem.
Okay, so you have to type out your entire report.
Yeah.
Just you voice the type. It's fine.
Yeah.
It is not at all finicky.
But yes.
No, not at all. Lieutenant.
Commander.
I'm going to need a report from you to pass on to the Admiral about, recent occurrences, shall we say. Then I'll go into more specifics of what I actually need from him. I assume I have some typed orders. Currently, we're returning to Beta Lankal.
Yep.
Yeah.
Beta Lankal.
Which is the wrong direction, correct? GM.
Yeah, that's not where you want to go. Well, it is for a different reason, but it isn't your ultimate destination.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll remind you where you want to go.
Which was Narendra.
Hey, there you go. Never mind.
Yeah. I remembered that part. I was just like, I don't remember what that name was. I'm pretty sure it's not in the right direction.
It was in the right
Slightly more
direction.
in the right direction.
It's in the right direction. You're not heading towards the Alpha
We've
Quadrant.
reversed course.
You've reversed
Okay.
course. So you are going
Kind
the
of.
correct direction roughly, but it's if you're going back, but not straight back. You're going back and to the left. That was not the intended joke. That's just what the directionality follows. All right.
Mm-hmm. Is that through information that has been acquired, it is reliable, Narendra Station will soon be under attack. Specifically because the Achilles is no longer active. And specifically for what is aboard the Achilles. Someone is
Do I
taking...
need or want to know how you've acquired this information, Lieutenant?
That is up to you.
All right, we'll
The
talk about that
information
later.
was passed to me through friendly means. I believe friendly means are presently in the brig, actually. Unless she was also released.
Oh no, she's still in confinement.
Yeah.
They're
So
not
that much should be straight plain to you. And I do have the means to verify this information through Admiral Trailblazer. I would just need to contact him.
Very well. If you have a physical copy of this information, beam the data to me.
Was I actually able to grab the pad when they released me?
It is currently locked in evidence.
It is in evidence. They would not let me retain it. That would be something to talk to Commander Kampf about.
All right. I'll see if I have time for that before staff meeting.
It is urgent that we turn around to Narendra.
I will try to impress that upon the Admiral.
Will I be able to get a link to Trailblazer to verify this information?
Again, I'll bring that up at the meeting, Lieutenant. Given recent events, probably best to wait until confirmation.
Yes and no. It is a urgent matter.
More urgent than max warp speed.
To the extent of being able to pass on warning, yes.
1 second.
All right. Then you have my personal authorization. If the Admiral's unhappy with that, he can take it up with me.
Very well, Commander. He wasn't going to find a way to access it anyway.
Well, yeah, but now Thrall is saying, if anyone comes down on you for this, I've got your back.
Yeah. Oh my god. So the thing with the keyboard is I don't know what it's randomly holding down some buttons for now, but I can't tell you what buttons.
Yeah.
So
No,
when I'm
I've
trying to
had
click on a
that.
different channel in Discord, it's actually opening a browser window for Discord, for example.
Ugh. It sounds like one of the keys has some like grit something stuck in it, probably.
Yeah, I'm pulling the keyboard apart at the moment.
Yeah.
Is there anything further, Commander?
Any information on our current situation that you unearthed in your investigation before this came to light, Lieutenant?
Regarding the onboard saboteur?
Yes.
Nothing.
Very well.
It would appear whatever had been done is done, and the individual responsible has left.
Very good. So we don't have to worry about any possible virus
The
outbreaks.
interference, it would not seem so. The interference that they wished to pull off has happened. We are not where we should be.
Understood.
And that is through the means that they have used. And then they have tried to ensure these means.
Thank you, Lieutenant. That'll be all for now. I need to go collect reports from the rest of the Achilles crew.
Commander.
The GM's not here.
Yeah, I know.
Just making sure.
To where do I report?
Quick, while he's away, summon Q!
For now, report either to me or to Lieutenant Commander Kampf.
I do feel that somewhat my welcome with security aboard this vessel has been ended.
Hopefully we'll be able to reinstate that. Hopefully.
What the fuck? That wasn't to you, that was... Eh? What do the lights mean?
You turned on lights.
Okay.
That's what they mean, I guess. Right.
If wished, I can resume further manual sweeping, though it is unknown exactly to what extent this ship's crew will permit that, given the last attempt.
So, hold off on anything until after the senior staff briefing. I'll let you know where our position stands after that.
Yes, Commander.
All right.
If you do hear anything about the sub-lieutenant, I would like to know.
Right. Yes, of course.
Her actions that have been taken were forced upon her by circumstance.
I'll want an elaboration on that at some point, but for now, understood. You did a good job, from what I can remember. And
Remember of what?
well, helping with the captain's predicament, for instance.
Right, that recent event, remember. Right.
Yes.
Where is he, actually?
Captain?
Yes, I was expecting, once I was put in a brig, that he would be rather promptly there to berate me.
I'm afraid that duty has fallen to me currently, as the captain beamed down to one of the planets and bade Lankal.
Right. Let me guess, he's alone.
No, he took Ensign Van with him.
He's alone. The ensign can use a scanner well enough, but outside of that, I'm not so sure.
Take your point.
I mean, I understand the fact that no one has confidence in Ven. Why does no one have confidence in Pend?
We've got confidence
getting
in
there.
Pend, but Pend's
We're
also
getting there.
overconfident.
Yeah, getting there.
I
I didn't think it was a great idea to countermand the captain in a time of crisis, and he can generally handle himself.
within Starfleet, I believe that is exactly your role as the XO. If it was the Star Navy, then perhaps not. And a Klingon ship, certainly not, if you wish to live. Unless you thought you could stab him.
Insinuating circumstances with us being on this ship, Lieutenant. Technically, the Admiral's in command here. While Captain Pend is still my direct superior officer, this ship is not his responsibility. Nor mine. He has more freedom within Starfleet regulations under that circumstance.
Hmm. Very well.
As I said, I wasn't happy with it, but there wasn't much I could do at the time. Ideally, the captain will have secured or eliminated the Iconian infiltrator at this point in time.
We can hope, though I do recall his last encounter not being exactly to plan. That bitch nearly died.
See, is this why no one has confidence that Penn can actually win a fight?
Yeah.
Even though we know for a fact that out of character, he's won more fights than anyone.
Penn
Uh-huh.
can win fights, but there's also
I
him
know
putting
he can win
into
fights.
situations where he can't win.
Yeah.
See, he can win fights. The question is, will he accomplish the secondary objective?
Survive.
So yeah, this conversation's just going because the GM's still not here.
Yeah.
So we're just like, we could be awkwardly silent for a minute, but
Exactly.
But instead, let's shit talk the captain.
Like, I need Ven to fucking spend for an advantage to record that shit.
Motherfucker, which button do you need to hold down when you're on a browser window that when you do the mouse wheel, it zooms you out?
Control?
No idea.
Left control or right control?
Just
Doesn't matter.
I think just control.
It's no
Oh,
different
because
between
whenever I'm on a
left and right.
browser and I want to scroll up or down, which means if I'm trying to scroll up and down my character sheet, it instead zooms me out.
You probably got it push to
No.
talk, don't you?
No, I do not. I've got voice activation at the moment. Like, my keyboard is just fucked right now.
I just take both those keys off and see if you're still getting the issue.
I've
Or
taken
do
the
it one at a
time
time.
trying to get the key itself out.
Yeah.
Wee.
Well, that's why you put a screwdriver in and go.
Sure. Cheers.
Why not?
Fucking roommate just walked in and like, can we get you another fucking keyboard? Like, maybe. It's also supposed to be one of those keyboards that's like, yeah, you can take it apart, and it's not coming apart.
It just needs some percussive maintenance.
I am about to percussive, yeah.
I love how that's one of the I love how that's a talent now.
I just found out on the note of talents that they did actually include some Romulan ones finally, because there's a Picard book.
There is. Huh.
So they just
Oh.
added some Romulan ones.
Cool. Anything
Which-
interesting?
Let me see if I can. Okay, Guile and Cunning, which is when you
that's-
attempt to remain hidden or for your actions to remain unnoticed, you may add 1 to threat in order to increase the difficulty of a task to detect you or to discern the true nature of your actions.
Who would have thought the best
Okay,
thing
so
about Picard would be the
it's-
STA talents it gave us?
Yeah, I know, right? And then there's Wary,
The
which
best
is
thing- Go ahead, sorry.
a danger can come from any quarter. You will not be caught off guard when you attempt a task to notice or detect an enemy or hazard. You may reroll 1d20. So it's
Okay.
similar to constantly watching, which yeah, but different.
Okay.
What?
If
Wait,
you
what's
told
different
me
about it?
that the best thing to come out of Picard was somebody wrote some interesting things for STA or SCO for it. I would not be surprised by that.
Yeah, that seems
Oof.
like entirely predictable.
This comes out,
Mhm.
right?
Just not applying enough force. Everything comes apart if you apply enough force.
And everything goes
Including
back together.
stars.
Yep, and everything goes back together with duct tape and superglue.
I'm sitting here looking at the parts that were supposed to replace it when I pull it out, and I'm like, I see how it's supposed to plug in, but it's not working in reverse. Hmm. Huh. Like that. Whatever. But yeah, I mean, so it's different from constantly watching. 'Cause constantly watching is reduces the difficulty by 1, whereas wary gives you a reroll.
Yeah, like reduced difficulty is slightly better generally.
Yeah, but you can have both now as a Romulan.
True.
And Guile and Cunning is just interesting. I wonder if it doesn't say if it's repeatable or not. Just, I don't want you to find out what I'm doing. Have 5 threat. You can use that to roll against it if you want. It's now its difficulty's being increased by 5. Go away. I'm sure it doesn't quite work like that. Either way, it can be very useful.
Yeah.
It also has rules for making a character from an allied navy now.
Yeah, that was something
Handy.
that popped up in the player's guide. That's been a thing.
Now it now includes the Romulan Star Navy as an allied navy.
Ah,
That doesn't seem right.
yes, that is unique. That is.
Okay, has that... Fuck! Like, you don't even exist as a
Still
button
have-
anymore! How are you working? I have taken out both of the control keys, and it's still doing the scrolling thing.
I think your
Techno-
keyboard might just be haunted. Annabelle's
Technology,
in there.
why?
Keyboard's haunted.
No, it didn't leave the connectors in there.
You need to call a priest to perform an exorcism.
I just...
The Priest of Technology, also known as IT.
Back.
Hi, welcome back.
Hi.
Yeah.
Hi.
Yeah.
You're very lucky you showed up when you did because we were about to start a cult.
Yeah.
Another one.
Another cult.
Yeah,
Yeah,
not the first one or the second one.
We keep doing those.
Kinda, yeah.
Um,
We're kind of cultists. Like, just
I think we
have an
are.
attraction to cultists.
What?
Yeah.
Cultism.
Anyways, it's good timing that you came back.
Okay.
The occult.
No, that's different.
So last we left off, as I recall, you were asking Ryloff. You were convinced talking to each other about turning back. Ryloff doesn't have the data packs; it's in evidence.
Yep.
Thralic shot Ryloff and he died. Sorry, that was just wishful
No, not
thinking.
that one.
Right?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Essentially, Rylov has permission to do the communication with Trailblazer that he wants to do, or to at least try. Thralik's on the deal with getting the evidence, I think?
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Right.
So,
I
a
gave
communications attempt and something else.
I gave Rylov my personal assurance or personal order to go and do the Trailblazer thing, and was like, I'll if the admiral has a problem with that, he can take it up with me.
And then she's also like, I want to know more about this later, but I understand it's going to be a later thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so where is Ryloff taking his call, or trying to take his call? Better way to put that.
I don't know this ship. Where's a good place to do that?
There's usually like little off alcoves you can go to. There might be a nearby lab you can just use, like basically any screen you can talk to somebody. If you want it to be private, you'd want to go like this is like a semi-public space used by the crew in general, but you can duck away into a private lab.
Yeah,
do
an
stuff.
alcove then.
And Throlic wants to talk to someone in security, I presume. Well, actually, who are you
Yeah.
talking?
Go straight to
I
the
need
top.
to go to evidence and get the data that Rylov had released.
Okay, so you're gone. Ryloff, if you wish to make your communication, do you wish to encrypt that in communication?
Yes.
How much do you want to encrypt it? 1 through 5.
Yes.
Yes is not a valid dice number. You might want to.
Yeah.
We'll go for 5. I keep trying to scroll and it keeps on telling me no.
My mind keeps telling me no. Anyway, control plus engineering, difficulty 5. The ship does assist you.
Okay, I'm paranoid.
Diff 4, essentially.
In this case, it's very justified paranoia, is it not?
Mhm.
I mean, not to argue against a fellow player, but isn't paranoia a bad thing in cryptography? Because it's going to mean you're wasting your time trying to make it extra secure instead of like focusing on what's important.
He, however,
Generally, I
hasn't
would go
focused
after him and add the complication, but in this case, that extra layer normally would be a hindrance, is actually helping him.
Yeah,
Okay.
paranoia normally actually hurts me in encryption rolls.
Which
But,
hilariously, paranoia is actually a positive he chose. I didn't inflict it on him.
No, I self-inflicted this one. But the reason I was saying it might be positive this time is because I know there's time travel involved and fucking Iconians. So it's like, well, okay. What extra layer of random shit can I do that they might not predict this time because I might not have done it before? Haha.
Ryloff.
What?
Insight security diff 2 before you do this roll.
Does
Something
constantly watching come into play?
Yes.
So it's a diff 1 roll. Got
Yeah.
it. I'll give you a threat just to be safe here. Focus and paranoia?
Yeah, no, because
No?
you wouldn't know this.
Do any of my focuses apply then? Because rather than just reading them out to you.
Small arms, no.
I just had to be like, oh.
Wait, he's a T-Rex?
Geez, paranoia at complications, the best I can give you.
Okay. Do I?
Gain a momentum, gain 2 momentum. When you check the communication systems of the ship, first off, you suddenly have this light bulb moment of, wait a minute, the communication grid's up, like the regular one, like the regular subspace net.
Huh.
How the hell are you doing that? And then you check real quick, like making sure you're not accidentally channeling this through a shuttle or someone's man in the middling your transmission. And technically, there is a man in the middle. There is a Klingon subspace transceiver in the engineering area that is, well, you could encrypt it all you want, but it'd be going. The man in the middle is a Klingon transceiver, which has been flagged as suspicious, a suspicious source of transmission or receiving transmissions by the admiral of all people. And that was as of like a few minutes ago, because somebody told him that thing was suspicious, so he marked that.
Oh
So
yeah, I did that. Whoops.
So you can do this encryption. Just you get the feeling that I'm gonna get mechanically. I'm gonna get 2 cracks at the can at it.
Yeah, because they're going to be able to hold on to it for a while.
I just light bulb there for a second. Oh shoot! I forgot about that.
Yeah,
I was looking at the ship for the icebreaker and going, wait, you have no communication grid. Oh right, I remember now. That's the nuclear reactor.
I'd also forgotten that. So yeah.
Anything you wanted to spend this slowed on for that knowledge roll, or insight roll, I should say. Try to keep it moving when it gets under things.
Could we spend it on Rylov having to type with his nose because his hands are too short to reach?
I was going to say, is there any like if you look at this device and then its frequencies, is there anything like that's far less used on it? If it's just like a quick check, it's like, okay, what frequencies are they using the least on this device, and which are using the most?
The Kronos frequency.
The Kronos frequency is being used the least.
Yep.
That makes sense. I guess they're technically rebels at the moment to Kronos, which means that's the ones they're probably monitoring the most. What's the most used frequency?
It's another momentum.
Yes.
I have to think because the ship's not using most of them. The transceiver is currently left on receive for them. Actually, would be what the admiral would do. He's not transmitting with it. He's just leaving it on receive. So the most busy would be general Klingon navigational alerts, like here's an iron storm's this way. Be warned, this is happening. That sort of thing. Because normally you would listen to the Federation navigational database, but you're not in Federation space, so they're listening to the Klingon one. They aren't. You do know. Yeah, that is the most used one. The most used one would be that one. Would be the navigational alert system.
Okay. Well, I'm going to sincerely jank this with part of the encryption to just put it through that, so it looks less conspicuous. Or it's kind of buried with other stuff. It's just encrypted to hell as well. Good luck.
I will treat that as a complication increase. Since it's only receiving, I'll put it to 2. They're sending and receiving, I would increase it more, but
okay.
Because your message might get lost on that channel. And Federation, actually sending it to Rindra won't be too bad because they actually pay attention to that channel.
Yes.
They're a joint operation.
Okay. I've got to do so many janky things on this character sheet right now to make things work.
Welcome to my life. No, that's not true at all.
I have favors with Trailblazer.
You could spend that. He might have let you know some encryption methodologies that he uses in particular.
Yeah. He just happened to mention one for no reason in particular. He didn't know this was going to happen ahead of time. No.
Yeah. Well, probably just something to have for conversation. Like, hey, what do you think of this encryption method? Is it any good? Actually, yeah, it kind of is. I mean, I'll never use it, but good for you.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll go with that.
Diff or comp decrease?
Diff.
So diff was 4, now 3 effectively. Target of 5.
I don't know about you guys, but I always have recreational conversations about encryption frequencies.
Cryptologist, man.
Damn Romulan.
This is true.
I do have antipathy with Grennan, but he's presently not around, so.
He is not in command of the of Narendra currently, so he's on the slow boat to New Zealand.
Okay, good.
That's not true. I forgot. I have to look where he is again.
I don't know if Defector is currently hurting me, but it might be. As far as strings go.
Normally it would, but Trailblazer's the admiral in command, so you're fine.
Okay. We'll go. I mean, one threat. What? Oh, it's an engineering roll. Control engineering.  What's our mission directives right now?
Get to Starbase 24 and report to the first committee. And Prime Directive.
Do Rylov technically change if you just got orders from Temporal Guy?
I suppose it would, yeah. Because his orders are get to Narendra Station,
Yeah.
secure the artifact.
And this is attempting to verify those orders so that we can convince the rest of the crew that this is what needs to
Yeah.
happen.
You could do that, yeah. Oh, and of course, temporal prime directive. So don't talk about the future unless absolutely positively necessary.
Yeah.
And even then, try not to. Don't talk about the future.
I think being so vague and Thrallix is like, we're gonna talk about this later. But we'll do that. We'll do 5 momentum just to try and make sure here. Charming at the moment. Didn't keep it either. Lovely. Okay, so we're about to have a problem here, character sheet. Will you cease?
Boop.
Gone.
Hey, the ship helped.
The ship helped. Lovely.
With the most powerful system, the null system, the most powerful STA system in
Oh.
Rule 20.
Number 4, Chancellor of the Tripolity. Security precautions, engineering misdirection.
Mm-hmm.
That seems very relevant to this in particular. And we'll go to reroll those 2. As long as it's not a complication. Didn't keep it again, but oh well.
So that's 1 momentum at the end of the rainbow?
3 because he had a determination spend.
Oh, that's right. Oh. The complications got squashed. So now I get 2 cracks at the can to try to scan. Boop. Boop.
Should I? I'm tempted. I might do a thing. Just to see if I can. Okay, I've got Dream River, which has message encryption and decryption.
Yeah.
And then spend that to the same thing. And you can use those to acquire talents.
That's true, yeah.
Yes. So you like to use that to acquire the talent, guile, and cunning.
What does that do for you?
You may add 1 to threat in order to increase the difficulty of a task to detect you or discern the true nature of your actions.
So I assume I'm getting a threat at this?
Yes.
Alright. So diff 6, I think, now?
Yes, just to make it that much harder for you. Because that
The
might
question
be
is,
useful.
can you repeat that spend?
I don't know if it doesn't say I can't repeat it or not.
Unless it says repeatable, I'd take it as 1.
Yeah, it doesn't say repeatable, so.
Because repeatable is the exception, not the rule.
I was going to say, because then you could just have indefinite difficulty if you could just repeat that forever.
Yeah, it would be.
So I
It'd
get
be a bit of a
this,
dick move.
this, and this.
Oh, oof. Okay.
Fucking crushed it.
Apparently so, wow.
Friggin' I gained 2 threat. That's
I tried.
unfortunate. For 2 momentum, something beneficial is going to happen.
Okay.
You link up with the communication. You get Narendra Station, and then from their side, they cut the communication.
Wow.
Like they acknowledge the ping. They go, "Oh, yep, this is from the icebreaker. We're not taking this call," and they just cut their side of the communication.
Fair enough. There's no message or anything with that. They just cut it.
Yep. The only message was the standardized acknowledgement that the signal got to where you were trying to send it. So the standard, it almost like they were just taking it as a ping, like a subspace radio test. Yep, we hear you. You want to talk? Nope. Oh, okay.
Hmm.
And that's beneficial?
Yes.
It is.
That's more them recognizing someone was listening in. I'm sure.
And we'll go to a new scene as Rylef is kind of puzzled at what the hell's going on. We go to the death of all characters, the medbay. Guess which character I'm killing now. Commander Aza, Counselor
Hello.
Aza. Hello. Your character has been busy helping the medical department with. At first, you were helping out with the admiral and getting him back on his feet, but then you ran across the chief medical officer of the ship, Lieutenant Commander Duval or Doctor Duval, and at which point you were. It's like, oh, you're here. You're in Teal, and you have medical training. Okay, you over here, as there's like a bunch of other people who have suffered injuries across the ship. And you're basically been going from one person to another, one case to another. And I'm presuming you wouldn't ignore the orders of the CMO of the ship, as long as they're within good taste, anyway.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, she's not asking me to, I don't know, do a jig. If she's like, oh, we need, oh, I'm obviously ready to enter here. So long as they ask me to, oh, we need help here, then Asa would, of course.
Yeah, and it's a very busy med bay, but the good thing is this is a half decent ship for medical. The Icebreaker's medical team is 3, so it's an actual like sick bay.
And the ice has been broken, so there's not going to be any awkward conversation.
Yeah, like to them, it's like, huh? Oh, you're not in the brig and security isn't here? Great. You need to handle this person. Like the fact that you were at all in custody, the medical department and the doctor do not care. You have a medical degree. Here's a med kit. Go over there. Make yourself useful. So you finally have a moment to kind of like you basically had your head down working, and then everything's slowly coming out, slowly cooling off. Some people are starting to hand out to the adjoining parts of the hospital deck, as it were, trying to, all right, we're done. We're gonna, have a coffee, grab a sandwich or something, trying to just, prepare themselves for whatever the next thing the icebreakers are going to get into. Because of course, for security ship, the icebreaker gets a lot of casualties. So that's in a similar vein to the Achilles. It's just that they have a better medical facility than you guys do. As in they have more than one room. But during the course of that, Aza, you did have to help with some of the younger members of the crew. And that's, huh?
Oh, I called them whippersnappers.
Yes. And that is going to lean on your. Actually, is that gone?
Is what
I thought your child trauma.
No, it's down to 1.
Oh, I don't get to pick on you that much for it. Okay. You have a fitness. Oh wait, no, it's 1 plus 1, right? I forgot. So, trauma plus 1 is difficulty. Fitness medicine difficulty 2, as you kind of ran into some fairly young members of the crew. Some of them are civilians. When I mean young, I mean like they're younger than the age majority. So there's no like itty bitty kids here because it's a security vessel. They get into a lot more shootouts than your average Starfleet vessel.
Yeah, there's some Cisco's.
Yeah, there's some Jake Sisko's, some teenage. It's like, hey, if you're old enough to be a teenager, then you can come with. If you want to bring your kid with you, you can. But just keep in mind, we are a security ship.
That's Div 2 Comp 2, right? Trauma raises the comp range, if I remember correctly.
You are 100% correct. Yep.
Awesome.
Oh wait, it's up by 2. Base is 1, so comp 3. My bad.
Okay, Comp 3 Div 2. Okay.
Right.
Could I spin you for a focus in meditation if I'm using like my rote memorized meditation techniques to keep me calm through this?
Sure.
All right. In that case, I'll just give you a threat.
Boop, boop, boop.
Bolt. Okay. You know what? Sure, I'll roll with that. This is interesting.
You now suffer for the duration of the scene until it is dealt with. Scene, mixing terms. The duration of this terminology episode, you are suffering the trait of haunted. So basically, your all your tasks are increased. It's basically a complication that's just sitting on you. So basically, your comp, I can up your diff by 1 or your comp by 1 just by invoking it. Just because your Aza's just not like
she's no longer fully present here. She's now, in a camp she liberated 18 years ago.
Yeah, or the moment when she saw a little Tateman dying on a med bed, or but she's not like completely shut off, but she's not all entirely here. Eventually,
Right.
Dr. Duvall kind of says, "Counselor, over here, please." Waves you into their office.
Yes, of course. I went to her office.
You know what, Counselor? I think you're done for the day. Thanks for your help, but we got it from here.
All right. I'm
You can
gonna
have the rest.
I'm gonna do the Spock eyebrow raise because I don't see what the problem here is.
Yeah.
And can I do an insight test to try to figure out why she would think this? Like, what kind of vibes is she giving me here?
Insight medicine would be 1, but it's now 2 because you're haunted.
Okay.
I should be laughing about that, but still.
No, you're allowed to.
I'm glad I have your
insight
permission
medicine. Well, I just okay. Focus in. Well, it's not that you need my permission, but I was letting you know you have it.
Okay.
Sorry. Okay. Can I spin you on a focus in psychiatry to be like I'm like trying to psychiatrically read why she essentially an order of magnitude separated, that's not the right term, like 1 degree of separation from me, figure out what she's trying to diagnose me with to say this.
Yep.
Okay. That was comp 3. You said difficulty 3?
2.
2. All right, then hopefully Bold won't let me down this time. I'll re-roll that comp. Okay, that's a 4.
Yep.
It's
Gain
2
2.
momentum.
Gain 2 momentum. Yeah, the Duvall thinks you're you need a personal mental health day. Like that's the read on you.
Okay.
They're not sure exactly what to diagnose because they don't know you enough. But it's one of those. It's a safety thing. It's a thing a CMO does when they go, you know what? I think someone's been pushed too hard today. You have the day. Go away. See a counselor or have lunch. I don't care. Just don't be here.
Yeah. Walk it off, Ensign. Okay.
Yeah. And there's a certain level of I will admit there's a certain level of apathy from the doctor because it isn't a phaser wound and you're not dying. So they seem to be too used to extreme problems, not smaller problems, which are still important, but this doctor's a little biased.
Yeah. If it's not a physical wound, then it doesn't count or something. Okay. I'm gonna picture Aza's face goes from like surprise to like a little bit of confusion to like, oh no, you can't do that for me, to acceptance, all in the span of like less than a minute. And she's going to nod and say, "You're right. That's probably for the best, Commander. You know where to find me if you need any other assistance."
That I do, counselor. Have a good day.
And I will see myself out.
And then from the heavens, big disruptor. No, I'm just kidding. As you're walking through the hallways and leave the med bay, your comm badge beeps at you.
Okay, well, that's not an unusual thing for those to do. I will answer it. This is
And
Aza.
Commander Thralic, you have reached the counselor.
Counselor, I'll need you to meet me on Deck 10, Section 3. Walking meeting. Give me a status update on, well, anything I need to know.
Understood. And I'm picturing she's going to like as the comm is cut, you can hear like the beginning of her saying like replicator, coffee hot, and she will go to the deck.
Okay, I'm gonna grab you. Whoop. Guess where I'm going? A new corridor. Wrong direction.
Corridors.
Hey, if CBS can do it, I can do it. There you go.
Yeah.
You find each other on one of the decks of the ship, and as Thralic striding along, typing away.
Counselor?
I mean, she is not like full 1,000-yard stare, but like she's not hiding the fact that her eyes seem dimmer than usual. But she will nod and say, "Commander, it's nice to see a familiar face. What did you need from me?"
Thorlock, I'll highlight to you that you don't see the kid around the counselor right now. And he wasn't on the bridge when you were up there.
I will note that, but right now it's not my problem. If this was my ship, it would be my problem. Right now, not my problem. Counselor, if you could give me a brief report on anything I need to pass on to the Admiral from the last few hours.
Well, you and I were both there on the bridge when the attack happened. And then, well, I treated the Admiral. He needs a checkup visit in 24 hours to make sure the stitches are settling, or going to do stitches to make sure his wounds are healing. And he needs to avoid heavy exercise for at least the rest of the week. But other than that, there's nothing I have to report.
All right, no unusual encounters or strange situations?
Given the circumstances the crew of the Achilles finds themselves in, I believe everything I've seen has been appropriate.
Glad to hear it, Counselor.
How is the crew holding up?
I mean, generally, that's a question I'd ask you. But given current situations, I think we could be doing a lot worse.
I would agree with you there.
Once this is all over, obviously I'll be suggesting some sessions with you for most of the senior staff, as they've been through a lot. But that's assuming we get this all over with.
Well, the most important step we can take is always the next step. That will come several steps down the line, but I agree with you, that will be necessary.
Well then, if there's nothing further, go speak with Lieutenant Arlen and a man in security.
She will nod and say, give my best to the other officers, and please, if you see anything out of the ordinary, or if you see anyone struggling, don't hesitate to let me know.
Counselor.
All right. If the conversation is over, then she is going to go look for Taven.
I'll get stepping into another turbolift and going down 2 decks or something.
How does Aza go about finding a little Taven?
Does Taven have a communicator?
Generally, for ship safety, you're usually given one in case they need to do an evacuation or something.
So they can, yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to tap the communicator and say, Aza for Taven.
And we cut to engineering.
Okay.
Where? Stupid ship, you're not laid out the same way as the Achilles, so I have to find things differently. Where are you? It's the one with the warp core. There it is. No.
All
No?
ships have warp cores, GM.
Hey, I was right the first time. Damn.
That is very much not true. There are
Wrong
several
one.
species who very much do not have warp cores.
True.
Boop. Boop.
Should have said most.
In fact, the Achilles doesn't. Or I guess it does now, but it didn't used to.
Arlen,
Yeah,
are you with us?
still here?
Okay. You owe me. You owe me a fitness medicine roll, difficulty of 5, as you feel quite queasy and nauseous.
Gee, I
And you
wonder
start to feel
why.
dizzy.
Oh boy.
It's your best
Emergency
roll, isn't
repairs
it?
on my own body.
Oh, right, I forgot this is where we left off.
I'll have to say no, sadly.
Starfleet protocols: how not to get hit sick on deck.
I'll take it on the more on the basis that you might know the standard procedures when X happens. What do I do? Yeah. Who do I talk to? What signs should I be looking for? That sort of thing.
I would be aware of the military because the military makes PowerPoints for everything. I've seen U.S. military PowerPoints about how not to get motion sickness because it's a quite common problem on ships and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they would have PowerPoints and everything. Oh boy, this is a fun skill.
God, I could just imagine Starfleet giving you like a nausea pill. Here's what to do when you're nauseous. Do the same job. This is easy. Okay, now try it while you're sick. What?
All right, 6th threat. Let's go.
That was a trick question, sir. That was a trick question, Ensign Cadet. You were supposed to report to medbay. Oh, damn it. 3 is not enough.
No, it is not.
Is that standing?
That is standing.
That's unfortunate.
Yep.
Here comes the damage. 2, 3, 4, 5 damage. I'll re-roll. Why not? Make up for my absence. You know, give you an exciting time. I'm nice that way. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You're looking at 7 stress. One of it's eaten because you are in the suit, so it goes down to 6. You're look to avoid an injury. You're looking at a cost of 4 to stay on your feet.
I'm taking damage. Once permission, whenever I would take damage, I cut it in half with Starfleet Decoration of Gallantry.
3 damage.
Yay!
3 stress.
Ow. Ow.
As you step out into the main corridor, and you're getting ready to go over to decom, your suit alerts you that you have a radiation breach inside your suit. At which point, force fields automatically pop on in your current section.
I tap my comm badge.
But as you tap your comm badge, Tabin's comm badge beeps.
Oh, you little...
Yeah, don't forget, the GM decided that you knew I am me now, right? Tatum
When you
found
said
out.
around me, I thought you meant like in a 5 foot by 5 foot cube, not like
No, the whole
an
section.
entire section.
Yeah.
I answer the comm badge.
Asa, you're calling Taven. You got him.
Yep. Taven, it's Asa. I just got done working, handling the crisis in medical, and I wanted to check in. How are you, buddy?
I'm doing great, spending time with Lieutenant Arlen, and we're kind of busy. He's responsible for me, and then I'm gonna close it.
Okay, I am double timing it to the engineering bay.
Arlington Med.
This is medical. What is it, engineering?
We have a radiation breach here.
What do you do? How do you get radiation on a modern day starship?
Very stupidly. We'll
Indeed. Who is
discuss
this?
the ethics of it later.
What moron am I talking to so I can write you up?
Lieutenant Rix Arlen.
Oh, but Arlen, am I? Oh, you're one of those idiots. All right. Just stay there. We'll send someone to you. Don't touch anything. Do you feel
I know the
sick?
rules.
Do you? I know the rules, doctor or sir.
I know the rules, sir.
There you go. So, are you feeling? And they start running you through a checklist to see how bad you are.
I feel a sunburn.
Can I assist them by
where do I
like?
feel the sunburn?
Can I assist him by like reading off Arlen's vitals to him so he can like tell those to the people?
Presence medicine for Arlen, but Taven, you can assist with reason plus medicine or presence if that's better somehow.
It is.
Oh, there you go. Never mind. As you're
Physiology.
explaining to the doctor how bad Arlen actually is.
Physiology is a focus.
Yep.
Here you go. I have only decided to roll crits these last few episodes.
Where's my sheet?
It's the one with the yellow circle and the silly bullion on it. I'm helping.
It doesn't say where it is. That says what it is.
Yeah,
Hey,
got one.
gain of momentum. Actually, in the icebreaker, doctor assists. So, nope, they're too crotchety. God damn it.
I made them angry by giving them more work by playing with uranium.
Oh yeah,
Like there, all done, no more work today. We can just relax. I can have a nice drink. What do you mean there's something wrong in engineering? We're not attacking anything. How did they get hurt down there?
Yeah, we're
I
squashing.
decided to lick the green rock.
Squashing it, yeah.
It does not
Lick the
taste like
green
lemons.
rock.
Well, Lieutenant, it would seem, according to your symptom report and the symptom report of, hey, wait a minute, who is that with you? Who's the other person in the room?
That's a different question.
It's the question I'm asking, Lieutenant. You can hear this conversation as you're approaching the force field, Asa.
Not commenting anything. Is there like a panel with like Elkar's readouts somewhere near here so I can see what's going on in this room?
Yeah, right there. You can even see through the force field. Oh, and Throllic's here too, because you're both heading the same
You
place.
wouldn't be able to tell Tobin is Tobin though, because I'm just a slightly shorter person in a rad suit with like the screen down.
Oh, you could just be like a Tellarite or something.
Or a Calaxian. In fact, I'm a Calaxian.
Okay. So I'm coming down here, and I can hear from context of this dialogue something is wrong. So I want to look at the screen to see what exactly is going on here.
Oh, that's great.
You can actually roll reason plus medicine as an assist to this initial diagnosis, and actually the ship's computer systems will be helping now.
Okay. I definitely don't have any focuses in this because this is not my area of expertise.
Oh, and your
is-
comp rate goes up by 1 because you're haunted.
Okay. Does it go up by 1 and then plus 2 because I'm incidentally working with a child?
You don't know I'm here.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
We figured out the loophole. It's that Taven just can't reveal himself. Okay.
Tuxedo mask is
All right,
Taven.
What is the
God.
difficulty?
You're assisting. So the difficulty's been hit, you're just generating momentum, which could be used to obtain information. And also you're forcing the ship to help you.
Information. How many cancers have I developed in the last 5 minutes?
All of them.
All right. All right. So whatever. So it would seem to me, Lieutenant, that you have a moderate exposure to an acute burst of radiation. I'm not sure exactly how you managed to do that in a rat suit in a shielded room, but the Achilles is, if nothing else, talented at hurting themselves. For now, don't get out of the suit because you might expose the rest of the room. We need to discover if you've endangered everyone else in the room or if it's just inside your suit for some silly reason. Probably time travel or space slugs or some nonsense.
Yep, standing here, arms in front of me, not touching anything.
You can obtain information with the momentum beyond what the doctor's already diagnosed. So Arlen has radiation sickness. That's what's happened.
Prognosis?
For momentum.
On a scale of 1 to 5, how dead am I? Do I have to start reading?
Each scene we come back to, you're taking 7 challenge dice intense.
Oh, fun.
So random intervals, every so often you're gonna suffer
Flare up,
sickness
yeah.
and a flare up, and if it's left for a full day, it'll get worse. So they have to treat the sickness before it runs away from you.
And of course, if I fall unconscious and we switch scenes, I come back unconscious, I'm just gonna be yo-yoing.
Yeah, and also you're looking at they don't the other part of the prognosis I'll tell you for free. If they don't know how you're irradiated, they have to keep you in the suit. Like they need to know how it got to you, because you're in a suit. You should not have been touched by the reactor. So the doctor's confused as how that's happening.
Is this gonna have like any immediate effects on like, hey, I just lost 10 years of my lifespan, or I'm never gonna have children ever again? Or do we not know that yet?
Depends on speed. The faster it's right now, you're just taking acute damage. Long-term damage may or may not happen.
Acute. So, I'm still in an acute stage. Okay.
Yeah. And Thorlick, you're aware of this now because the doctor's explaining stuff, and you're overhearing this. The conversation's happening on Arlen's comms. A's is right there and can see everything that's happening on the board.
Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna give Throlic like a look of like, oh my god, how did this guy do this to himself? And then I'm gonna I would like to start yelling directions at Arlen to mitigate his symptoms until an actual like radiation suited team can arrive. Because I assume medical is sending a radiation team or a suited up team.
There's also a marked medical officer in the thing with him.
Yeah, there's a little alien in there with a blue stripe on their armor, on their suit.
Okay, I'm gonna yell, okay, Arlen, I don't know how you got yourself into this mess, but are you a science blue or a medical blue in there?
Can I like look at Arlen with kind of a you need me right now, don't say anything, don't give me away?
Because your face is blacked out, I'm actually going to make you do a presence plus security roll, diff 2, to even communicate that if you're trying to be quiet about it.
That's fine.
God.
Shut up, shut up, shut up. Don't narc.
Yeah.
As you make general gestures and patting at him. Because you can't make facial gestures because they can't see your face. Give him a look. Your helmet turns.
This is so dumb.
Oh, Thorax BRB. The joke hasn't been that bad.
Let's see.
Mm-hmm.
2 threat and a momentum because I'm a child with terrible stats.
Boop. You gain a momentum back.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're able to communicate that. Whether or not Arlen complies is up to him, but you're able to communicate to Arlen roughly that, like, you know.
It's in your best interest and my best interest. You keep your mouth shut.
God.
You owe me one, kid.
Okay. Yeah, just tell her I'm a Calaxian or something.
General waving of hands.
Yeah,
Yeah. He's a Calaxian. They're a non-verbal race.
Sure, whatever. Okay.
Hey, I was
okay.
surprised by it too. I was also,
my,
I was so
I
surprised
guarantee
by
you,
this radiation leak.
next character I play is gonna be a Calaxian. We're gonna have to make it.
Okay. Is there a rad suit nearby for me to suit in and go in there and save this idiot's life?
It will cost a momentum to go grab one.
Okay.
Normally, you
Is
would just go into the storage areas and grab one, but those are currently locked up, so you have to go somewhere and come back.
I also have a
Okay.
med kit, so you could walk me through it, right?
Yep. All right. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna say, well, Mr. Calaxian, this is what you need to do to treat Arlen so that he is stable for transit when the med team arrives. Does that work?
Engineering, be advised that at present, most of our medical staff is fairly exhausted from the previous mission. So at present, you're just going to have to use what you have and sit tight till we can cycle in the next shift.
Sure, I'll
Okay.
just sleep on it and hope it gets better. Take 2 Advil, take 2 hypos, call in the morning.
New plan. I'm gonna start screaming at the chief medical officer.
What do you want me to do, counselor? I don't have any staff to give you.
No. I'm gonna pick up the phone. Sorry. I'm gonna tap on the communicator and say, Counselor Asa to medical, and then I'm gonna start screaming about how you swore an oath to protect people. There is a man dying of radiation sickness. I don't care about anyone, hitting their max OT and needing a day off. You're going to send someone down here. You're going to send someone down here now because I'm a brain doctor and not a radiation doctor.
1 second. Presence plus command difficulty of diff 3. Diff 4, because you're getting a little, your shouting's getting a little edge on it that you're not trying to get in there, but you're not in a great mood right now.
Mm-hmm. Oh no,
It's kind of hard to be respectful to the CMO when you're not in a good mood to start with.
Yeah, I mean, I did say shout it. I
Yeah.
advantage from this. All right. Can I swing you for a focus and conversation?
I could take it, yeah.
All right. And the haunted increases the complication range to 2, right?
No, I choose if it hits either your diff or your comp. I can only do it to one or the other.
Okay, so you picked comp. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, whoops.
Well, for traumas, it's different. Traumas affect both, but if it's a trait that I introduce, then that's different. I can only use. It's like a complication. I can point in one direction or the other. Traumas are a special kind of injury.
All right. Can I spend my determination on the value and if you don't accept this is fine, but sometimes you have to help people who won't help themselves. Under the case of the only way I know how to help Arlen is to get him a doctor, even if it involves screaming at someone.
I'll take that, sure.
All right. In that case, I'm just going to spend 1 momentum. Or 1 threat.
Okay. Boop, 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 boop. Somewhere over the rainbow.
It's 5, so I generate a momentum. No, look. You listen. This man has a lethal dose of beta radiation. You need to get someone down here yesterday, because otherwise there's going to be blood on your hands, Doctor. Is that what you want?
Fine, counselor. I'll go down myself. Just verify no one else is exposed. I'll be right there.
All right. I'm going to cut the comms and then say, Mr. Calaxian, were you exposed?
I'm getting really worried that Az is gonna get me in a lot of trouble, so I try to communicate with what I think this made-up species would say no with. So I'm just gonna do some hand gestures.
Presence plus medicine difficulty 3. Good luck. This is roll for you, Angel, because you don't know that David's one in trouble. Huh?
Am I rolling this, or is he rolling this?
He's rolling this because he has to remember how is it that goes again.
No, but it's made up, right? There is nothing.
Are you sure?
Are there actually Calaxians?
Yes. That's why people believe you.
Oh, okay.
Oh, are you method acting?
I'm guess.
I think it's accidentally pretending to be a real species. Like, he saw it in class once. How much did you cover it? Not a whole lot.
He didn't even see it in class. He saw it in a holo novel.
Yeah, the holo novel. Wait, that's a real species? Yes. Oh, shoot.
Intuition is a focus?
Sure. I'm gonna guess that the sign language that different species use is this, I think, maybe?
Yeah, I'm just gonna do Federation standard hand signals with an accent.
You're trying to avoid looking like a Bajoran making the gestures and trying to pretend an alien.
I don't want to use my Bajoran hand accents. I want to use Calaxian accents.
Are they Italians?
Hey.
Italians?
I can say that because I am.
Still.
You're technically American.
That's a debate.
All
We're
right,
outside of America.
Moving forward.
I guess this is good enough time as any. Also, maybe get us some. No, I'll take a momentum and give you 2 threat. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep rolling ones all day.
How much did I get? Sorry.
2.
2. Yep. Yeah. So, Taban gestures. The Calaxian gestures no in a sort of Starfleet standard gesture. You don't know a whole lot about Calaxians, but you get it. A big X sort of crossing of the arms. No. Shaking of head.
Yeah, she's gonna shrug and say that looks like a no. And I guess I'm just gonna stand here and wait for the doctor. Unless there's anything I can tell them to do.
I open up the med kit. Actually, I don't open up the med kit. That'll give me away. I open the med kit, but as I'm opening it, I kind of want to step behind Arlen, so maybe Azza sees that I have a med kit and that I can help Arlen, but then doesn't have long enough to notice what it is.
The fitness plus medicine opposed, no momentum by insight medicine.
All right, I'll help.
You're so getting dinged. You're 100% getting dinged, darling. But
Yep.
fitness medicine to assist.
You'll have you'll have a favor from a character who can appear in any scene, though. So it'll be
What
worth
is
it.
this is every superhero's secret identity hijinks where you can't let on they know you're Spider-Man. Clark Kent and Superman have a date with Lois Lane tonight.
Yeah, Taman just went overboard. He just should have wore Shay too, and fine.
Oh, this is
Yeah.
so bad.
I'm so deep in it. I just gotta keep going until I make it to the other side.
Meanwhile, Thralik's just here
Yeah.
chilling.
Yeah, I don't want to do a bunch of threats. So I'm just gonna roll flat.
I mean, I kind of have to I'm keeping an eye on the time right now. That's what Thralik's doing. I'm like, okay, can I get a report from Arlen?
You get the feeling if you wait till the end of this scene, you're going to be late to the meeting. Because
All right, I will. I'll say, Lieutenant. Then, while this is happening, give me a report on what's happened here exactly.
Yeah, I'll let you know if my teeth start glowing green.
Good.
Your assist there, Arlen.
Oh.
And Asa, insight medicine.
Okay.
Comp increased, you're haunted.
Okay. Focus and empathy. I'm good at reading
Yep.
people. Okay.
100%.
I'll give you a threat.
Certainly.
Oh,
Certainly.
before I do that, can I roll veteran?
You can, yep. Hey!
Okay. All right.
Yep.
I will re-roll one of those zeros. All right. I'll go with that.
I'll just take two.
If I succeed at cost, that'll balance us out, right?
Oh, I suppose. Well, no.
Because they're both on players.
I'm gonna give it to you because Aza's side has the complications. Complication is it tilts in your favor.
Okay.
That's how I'm gonna treat it. Aza's just a little too distracted at the moment to catch exactly what shenanigans you're doing back there.
So yeah, I have a med kit. What do I need to do? I'll Federation sign. What procedure?
Okay.
Daring medicine
So-
difficulty. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. Then, if that's the task to do that medicine task, then I will run him through my best emergency medicine techniques for this.
Doctor, slowly getting to where you are. Daring medicine difficulty of 4. Part of it's because you're dealing with someone in a suit, and you're also trying not to expose the entire room or yourself to whatever it is Arlen is suffering from.
Oh, sorry.
You're the primary.
Okay.
You're the one treating the patient. Aza's assisting you, sadly.
I just want to be, talking with Arlen during this, basically, getting the.
And actually, for that, you can resolve that before or after this roll. But
All right.
presence engineering difficulty of 3 for Arlen. Thralik, you can assist with insight engineering, just trying to you make some logical leaps along with them, sort of thing.
Yeah.
How about you guys do that one first? Because this one's going to need a trickier roll, and you'll probably need one. So.
Yeah. All right then. Since I am assisting you, you'll get a reroll on this, Arlen.
Because you're trying to go through a complicated engineering brief while being treated in an EVA suit in the middle
On the
of
other
the...
side of a force field.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's another day in Starfleet, anyway.
Yeah. Focus in team dynamics or guidance here, GM.
Team dynamics, yeah. You kind of find good pauses in the moment to go, you know what, I'll give you a second.
Yeah.
Technical insight or Starfleet protocols.
Technical insight.
And I'm doing the presence engineering diff 3.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just make sure I got that right. All right. 1 threat because I'm not dead yet.
I ain't dead yet. Anyway.
Hey, you
No
got it.
dead yet.
You got it in spades. Where's my assist?
6, so 3 momentum generated as Arlen is able to brief you on what he on the reactor, the subspace system, his difficulties. Nowhere in that briefing, and Asa and Tabin, you kind of overhear this, and Tabin, you were there anyway. There's at no point where Arlen reported a tear or touching something he wasn't supposed to. He's in a rad suit, type Eva suit, so it's specifically designed for to prevent exactly what's happening. So he shouldn't be irradiated. So even for Arlen, from your point of view, you shouldn't be irradiated. This shouldn't be happening. And if it was enough to pierce your suit, then it should have pierced Tabin's suit, and he should be getting alarms in his suit at the same time you are. So, oh, by the way, Arlen, do you leave out the part about Tabin being in there with you and stuff?
No, it's not Tabin. It's the Calaxian that was in there with me.
So you lied to your superior officer. Noted.
Okay, well that's another
Ding
ding.
me. How much? Is it one ding per lie, or is it one ding per? Or
I was gonna nail you for lying, and actually, there's unethical practice and lying.
Yeah.
And disobeying orders because you didn't faithfully report what's going on.
Yeah. 3 right now.
He's being dinged by Starfleet, but the bro code is forever.
This is how you get the elusive Tabin favors. You can't get them with a claim. You have to do them through sacrifice of your reputation.
Yeah, they're less like favors, and they're more like antipathy. You got to spend what do you call it? The opposite of a claim.
Reprimand.
You got to spend reprimands to get a favor from Tabin.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for your report, Lieutenant. I'll make sure to pass on all relevant information to the Admiral. In the meantime, good luck with your radiation decontamination.
Asa and Tabin.
Okay.
Determination on basically a member of Starfleet Medical.
Yep.
I'm just rolling presence medicine as insists.
Yep. You're talking through the person in there how to do the medical tasks.
Is
arguably control? You could. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Is this at increased comp?
Nah. I'll leave you alone on this one.
Okay.
You can use control or presence, by the way. If control happens, be better.
Is
Focus in physiology.
Yes.
2 momentum.
Okay. I'm presuming Thralick's heading up to the briefing room.
Yes.
Okay. So you're taking
can I convince you for a spend on conversation if I'm really good at telling people how to do things?
I would take it at comp increase. It's not quite what I'm looking for, but it's close.
All right, comp increase. Here we come. Oh well, that was a bad idea.
Well, it was a 20, so wouldn't have mattered either way.
Well, bad luck. That's
Yeah.
I tend to fate.
So the diff was 4.
We did hit it.
You just hit it with a complication.
Oh god.
Oh, hold on. Let me spend. Oh no, childhood insight is only on threat, right? It's not on momentum. It's the same as untapped potential.
What's that?
Childhood insight. I'm trying to remember how it works because I don't know if that gets us resources back.
Blah 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 blah. Whatever you touch in this, it's linked to a single discipline. That's the catch. Whereas untapped potential is anything. But for you, it's you have an insight on a particular discipline, which is likely medicine, given your.
Yeah, it'd probably be physiology.
Or not focus, discipline. So like.
Oh,
command,
yeah, then it would
security.
definitely be medicine. That's my only 3. Oh no, science is a 3 too, but it didn't start out as a 3.
So,
So any. So
and when you
when I
bought for each amount of dice you spend, you roll a challenge die,
Oh man, I've been.
and you get
playing
momentum
myself.
back if you roll effects, and I gain a threat for each effect rolled as well. But you get nothing on numbered. You only get stuff on effects. So you nope, nothing happens.
No, that's. Oh yeah, that's a 2. So it's only effects.
Yeah, you need 5 or 6 on a d6.
Yeah.
So you just hit it with complication. So, Arlen, you are between the little coaxian that could and Asa, they're able to get injections into like certain points in the suit that kind of like it's a safe way to hyperspray through the suit without breaching the suit. And just to be extra safe, Asa points out that you need to hold the hyperspray in place for the officer because just in case something went wrong, it won't expose the room. Like just to make sure you're fine. Okay, you got your injection, then you tap some certain commands on your thing. Tape is scanning you while that's happening, and then your suit is purged, and you have been treated for radiation sickness. Immediately after that, Tabin's suit rings alarms. New scene.
Spicy.
I'm sure it's fine.
I mean, technically it is spicy. Spicy air.
Spicy air.
Then, combat's over.
Yes. Oh no.
You see a smoking crater where where on the top of the hill where Panda and the Klingons were.
No. No. Ven
Hey.
is just running up the hill.
Fitness medicine.
What's the difficulty?
Difficulty of we'll knock it up to 4.
Oh, jeez. All right.
Because he was your teacher and mentor. He was the guy who, even he gave you a hard time, he was your captain, and you just watched him get obliterated.
Take 3 threat.
Aw, threat. Pen would be proud.
Pretty much.
If you used that threat to kill
Nope.
the Klingon so he didn't die, that would have been nice too, but you know.
Nope.
Not
I
blaming
did
you.
not make it.
You did not make it? Your roll hasn't come through on my end. But
I do not have the stats for that.
so no way to reroll that?
I don't think so.
All
And
right.
I don't have. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna have to let that lie.
Yeah, you're roboting there, bud.
I'm just gonna have to. Oh yes, awesome.
You can see some of the gases around the crater illuminated and sparking with energy as the air around the crater seems to be burning. This atmosphere does not react very well to the low-level gases on this planet do not react well to being shot. Sort of like that. Kind of why the Ancient was kind of screwed when you guys started shooting down there. That was not a great place to hide if you're being shot at.
Um,
What do you do, Ensign?
Are you not picking me? I asked. I'm trying to scan. Is there anything in there?
Ah, okay. I didn't hear the request. Sorry. You must have cut out. Reason, science, difficulty of... This is bad. The base diff would be 2, but add 4 to that. Puts it to 6. Comp, 5. As you're trying to scan for Penn, your superior officer. Or medicine, if that's better, but I think science is better for you.
Nope, science is better for me. There's... Oh, you know what? I have the perfect milestone to spend on this. Navigating the nuked city on Alcara.
Yep.
And then beyond that, it's... Hey, 5 threat for full mint. The full mint of 4 dice. Chemistry focus.
Hey, your thing came through. At complication increase.
That'd make it this comp
6.
6.
We'd have to manually calculate for it because the sheet doesn't go that high.
So, comp on a 14?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ugh. That's rough. And I'm assuming I haven't done anything to warrant testing a theory or theory into practice.
No.
Best
No.
you could try and say because you scanned inside
Hey.
the cave?
No.
He wasn't scanning for people.
That's okay. Yeah. And I assume you'd give me the same comp increase for sensor operations, if at all.
Sensor operations
This is
connects better. I would take sensor ops straight.
Oh, you'll just take sensor op straight. Okay, then yes, I do have a focus. Ooh,
Tricorders are are handheld sensors.
Here we go. Yep. I need 4 hits. Come on.
You'll have to call it out. Roll20 is taking a while to put your stuff up on our end.
Here we go. Yes. I just hit it. I just hit it. 4 hits.
5, 6.
Plus 2 for...
You detect that there was a transporter residue amidst the gas.
Oh, you clever. Okay, I have to get out of here. Ven is going to run back down the hill. Get to his gear. Okay, gather up the gear, and, setting up the transport pattern enhancers, sets up the beacon in the middle of it, hits the button.
Control engineering difficulty 2. To set it up properly.
Oh, lovely. Take another threat.
Certainly.
Oh, hang on. Ignore that complication. I forgot to reset my comp range.
You set up the beacon. You set up the transporter enhancers. Do you do anything else before the scene cuts away from you?
With that, Ben is just going to take out his Type 2 phaser and continue scanning around for any additional threats because he's been getting rocked.
Inside security difficulty 5. There's a lot of countryside and a lot of mountains and a lot of gas. It's easy to hide stuff in here. Well, actually, you know what? I'll be nice to you and
Does
pull
my
the diff down by 1 because you're also looking down. So if anything's further down from you, you're gonna have, or on the top of this area, you're gonna have an easier time seeing it. Whereas these guys were above you, so
testing
it's hard to see.
theory into practice.
Yep. Oh wait, does that care if you're doing a security roll?
Oh wait, oh it might. Yes, it
Engineering
does.
or
I'm just
science,
testing a theory based on engineering and science. You're right.
Yeah.
Ugh. That's rough. Where was I? Diff 5. Sorry, the rest of you guys. Take a full mint of 6 threat. Oh wait, hang on.
Waiting. Hanging on.
You get 5 threat.
Certainly. Thank you. Wee.
Insight security. Sensor operations again.
You could use if you could because you could use your tricorder, like phaser in one hand, tricorder in the other.
Yeah.
Reason security in that case.
Oh, that's even better for me.
Yep.
Okay,
I use your Mark 1 eyeballs when you have a multiple scan recording device.
Okay, that's 6 hits.
Diff was 4, gained 2 momentum.
Oh,
you do
okay.
see that there looks like there was a in-transposition up here, but you don't see any Klingons up there. But it looks like there probably was. And you didn't even see it. You scanned it. Your scanners show that there are fortifications on this ridge, but there are no life signs and there's no energy signatures. So it's just essentially just sci-fi sandbags and some durasteel to act as cover and to hide them a little bit.
They were already here.
GM?
Yeah.
Could we spend that 2 momentum that then recorded the orbital bombardment?
Hang on. We might not even have to spend that too. Hang on.
Hang on.
Don't have to spend that 2 momentum. I generated it with potential.
Yep, you could spend those 2 to basically have had this tricorder. The tricorder caught it, like it happened to record the event because you kind of had it in hand anyway. So you're like, oh, this thing was already scanning earlier. Oh, neat. Woo! I got I have a live feed of him running up a hill and then being blasted to smithereens. So, if you ever needed to fake his death, you have the evidence for it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and then I have the follow-up tricorder evidence of, ooh, I detected a transporter beam when I went up the hill.
Yeah, they probably beamed up all the Klingons and let him die. But who knows, right?
Yeah.
Who knows? Any obtained information about the last
Klingons.
scan you did?
From that scan, you said I detected a fortification, so I get a free question.
Yep.
Did I pick up any other kind of technology, or is this just like literally it's just structure?
I'll give you I can give you an answer to that. So this planet is kind of used as a training ground and for Klingon warriors. So it's
an advanced paintball, like.
Well, more like an army training ground.
Yeah, right.
So that's why the fortifications probably didn't twig your suspicion right away. But given you were just attacked from a fortified position, those fortifications are new. There are other things you detect that are Klingon based, but all of it's like general purpose scanners, weather control rigs. There are shelters on this planet. Now that you're on the ground level and you're looking for it, you're kind of looking more detailed. There are like hidden bunkers and stuff.
but not like any life size.
Beyond the normal planetary life, which is sparing, no.
Okay, then that's it then.
New
Still not letting my guard down, but
scene, that's wise. New scene, and this should be this color.
Oh yeah, that make it worse for specific draws, because Klingons don't make it easier for themselves.
Right, yeah, the weather control stations are just like, make it rain a lot right now so that it's miserable.
They're made for making the exercises harder. I could see
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
Yeah, Subcommander, activate England mode.
The worst weather in all the galaxy. Wait, what?
Wait, so it rains a lot and you just hear bitching in the background?
Oh man, that's worse now.
No, that's Scotland.
I don't have a good joke for Scotland. Whoops, no, I don't need that grid on right now. Shoo. Shoo, I say. No, don't put labels on it. Freaking. 1 second.
For socks.
Oh, fudge muffins. There. Oh,
I mean, we kind of don't have the freedom to make a joke on Scotland, just like Scotland doesn't have its own freedom.
Oh no.
Shots fired.
oh.
They can't even vote for themselves to be independent.
Pinned. There's probably a brief moment of, well, if I'm gonna die, at least they have to use disruptor cannons to do it, sort of thing, probably. And then you're here. In some sort of cell? Some sort of room?
Ah, so the Klingons don't have any honor. Cool.
Ah, we knew that already.
You know what house this is, right?
I know
They've
this.
rebelled
Yeah.
like 4 or 5 times.
You are down to just your uniform. They did not beam the rest of your equipment with you.
So they didn't take my limbs, right? So I'm still armed.
They
Arguably,
actually
yeah.
keep his leg.
Keep.
Oh,
He's got the mechanical limb, remember?
they take your leg.
You've done this to me before, and I still took a station.
I know, but it's just one of those like, I don't. Oh, that makes sense for these assholes.
My
Sam's
leg.
Don't you even have like an integrated compartment into it that has like your pistol and everything?
Used to.
To the
Yeah, I
leg?
used to.
Okay.
Well, as I'm just stood there balancing on one leg, I'm just gonna look around the room, see if anything stands out to me that I can use or abuse.
Insight Con difficulty 3. You're trying to get a bearing on what kind of room this is, based on the type of ship this likely is. If it's a holodeck, because that's possible.
Focuses strategy and tactics.
Comp increase.
I mean, I've got others I can use. I'm just I'm running
Yeah,
through.
let's go up one at a time. I'll call them out one by the other.
Composure.
I'd take that, yeah.
Okay. I mean, I've also got mental prowess if that makes it easier for you.
Mental prowess is better, and I can give a more accurate answer.
Okay, I'll go with that. Would you care to go through my traits to see if anything kicks in? Instead of me trying to rattle them off.
Just get less of them. Stop getting traits.
I'm trying. I've been condensing them.
Well, just get rid of them. Strike them out. No,
Well, we can strike out the cybernetic left leg.
Yeah, you're just never getting it back now. Is that
Well,
No, I'm just gonna find it and beat someone to death with it.
Move it to your equipment. I see.
I'll bring the dip down to 2 on the basis of tried and tested. You have encountered a variety of Klingon ships. So you have some you have some passing knowledge that most captains don't have.
Fair enough. Oh, and Thralic, in my other equipment, I do have prosthetic left leg.
Well, that's just needless repetition then.
Maybe, but you know,
Do you have stats for it?
I just assume
As a
it's a
weapon?
bludgeon.
I mean, I don't know if that's a safe assumption.
I'll give you a threat.
Seems pretty unsafe to me, but
Well, and if things go wrong, I won't have a leg to stand on.
nah. Funny guy, Sully. So I'll kill you last.
Keep
Points
trying.
for- points if anyone knows
Why do
that
you
movie.
keep trying to kill him first?
It's this book or that book? That book. You recognize this is not a standard cell. One, Klingons generally don't take prisoners, so they don't have a sophisticated brig system like you guys have. Their prisons are usually just an unused room or a pit, or you get to sleep with the targs. You know, like they don't. If they do take prisoners, they usually don't care all that much, unless you're someone of importance, like you're a great house leader, and then they'll actually give you a room. This looks like they don't hold you in such low contempt as to throw you in a targ pit. This isn't a holodeck. You kind of get a good look at this. This is appropriate to a Klingon warship of some variety. Which kind? You're in an unspecialized room, so it's hard to tell what kind of ship you're on. The doors of these ships. So the other reason I don't mind so much where they throw you on a ship, all they have to do is lock the doors, because their doors, unlike Starfleet doors, Federation doors, these are reinforced doors. So the doors don't need force fields generally, unless they're under boarding conditions. The doors themselves are hard to get through, unless you have explosives or something. Although they haven't turned on the blast door effect, like they haven't put an additional thing, but that's because again, that's only something that's used in an emergency, because that uses up. It takes time to open those doors. You don't see a replicator in here, which no shock, Klingon ship. They probably, if they give you food, they're either going to beam it in if they care that much, or if they're worried about you, like a Dahar Master, they might beam it in because they don't want the Dahar Master to kill them. But if they don't fear you, they'll probably like open a door and throw the food on the ground if they feed you. It looks like the bathroom facilities are kind of like this grate here. What else? There would be, if you had the appropriate tools, you could try to access past these panels, these walls. Like these are like shutters that you could pull open if you had the appropriate command key, or you had tools to open it. A room like this generally doesn't have general access to the wiring. Not so much for prisoner reasons, but for boarding reasons. Klingon ships are a pain in the neck to board because they're so used to it. They're very good at making the ships hard to jump on. You can ask obtain information questions. That's just the stuff that I know you would know on a glance, like just examining the room. And it is for sure a Klingon room. I can tell you're on a Klingon ship. You can tell that immediately.
I assume the answer to this one, but I'm going to ask anyway. Looking at these doors, even though like all the extra protocols aren't in place, does it look like I could brute force out of here?
Maybe. It's hard to tell without trying. That you do know that there'll be Depends how hard they lock them, but generally, if they're set at their standard setting, they are openable for emergency purposes. But if they lock them down, then you're fighting the ship's security system, which then it becomes, instead of a static roll, it turns into an opposed roll against the ship.
Well, option A is attempt to essentially deadlift the fucking door.
Yeah.
Option 2 is I'm going in a grate somewhere and I'm coming out somewhere else. So option A first, I'm going to attempt to deadlift the goddamn door.
Which one?
Well, basic rules of dungeoneering, I'm going left.
So, that one. Sorry, had the wrong tool. All right. I have to check this ship's security rating. 1 second. It's static, but I still need my number.
And the problem is, if I escape and take a ship, no one's going to goddamn believe me.
Fitness security difficulty 4. Hey, it's not on a security setting. Downside, you're still deadlifting a friggin' door.
Comp up by 1 because I'm doing it one-legged.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can only be fair with it.
Yeah, I was thinking of increasing diff, but comp makes more sense.
Hoplite?
I wouldn't take it here. You're lacking the tools to be a hoplite properly.
The only one I can...
He's got the hop part, right?
The only other one I can kind of justify would be Head of Clans Stray. Like, a clan known for sneaking and espionage. Like, I'm trying to escape.
You could take down diff or comp. You're right. That whole family's all about sneaky.
I'll take down the diff.
3. You don't need to open the whole thing. Just tie it out that you can roll past it.
Focus in close quarters combat with the door.
Comp increase.
Focus in composure instead.
I take it, yeah. I take it flat.
Okay, and I'll give you a threat.
Certainly.
Well, I do have a reroll. Is there a possible directive spend? Prime directive? Don't get caught and give up Federation secrets? Oh.
No, sadly. Well, the current directives you're aware of is get to Starbase 24 and report to the first committee.
Directive spend, I'm getting out of here so I can do what I'm told?
Yep. Hilariously.
I'll reroll 2 first.
You're impeding my orders to show up where I'm supposed to show up. I'm gonna try to get there.
I got a momentum. Yay.
And you just open the door just enough to roll under the door and get to the other side. Do you do so?
Yes.
All right. And new scene. We'll come back to you in a moment. Where the fudge are the... There it is. Maybe? Possibly? Double check. It is. Commander Threllick.
Me.
Oops, wrong way. You're waiting outside the conference room currently. They're waiting for you to come in whenever you're ready to go.
Good to go, I guess.
Get the data.
I intended to.
Yeah, that's probably a result first? Question mark?
Oh.
Yeah. Did
Which data again? Sorry. Oh, right. Oh no.
Evidence
you're
blocker
not here
1.
yet. You're not here yet. Oh,
Okay.
You're right. You're
Because
right.
I went to do that after talking with Rylov.
Yeah.
But
Important to have.
yeah.
Boop. Nope. Wrong layer. This one. You're waiting outside of the main security office. You may enter at your leisure.
Well,
Not now. No. Go ahead.
assume there's someone on deck.
Yep. If I can find the token for these guys. Oh, that's fine. Boop. Huge.
Is the creepy Klingon hall music still playing for you guys, or is that just me?
The chanting should be done. It should be playing a different song.
Oh,
Yeah,
weird.
it's something else now.
Should be playing all
Huh.
this, not Gregorian chant.
Huh. Okay. That must just be my internet being slow.
You step in. One of the security officers looks over at you. Commander, how can I help you?
Piece of evidence that my security chief was detained with. I need it for a briefing with the Admiral.
Presence command. Difficulty of 3 to get them to turn it over. There's a protocol to take it from them, and so you're trying to make it so you're not like, "We'll get it to you tomorrow." No, I need it now, though. Well, I mean, what protocol do you say lets you do that? Well, it's this protocol, I think. You know.
I also forgot one other thing.
Yeah?
Mr. Timey-wimey dude,
Yeah?
he did attach that to Rylov's biometrics.
Which is probably why they couldn't access the damn thing.
Yeah. It'll be
Right.
important to Thralic later when, she can't get it open. I
Yeah.
just forgot that was a thing until now. Yeah.
Alright. Well, trait of relentless, GM.
Diff 2, yeah. Well, I'm not leaving until you give it to me.
You're giving this to me now.
If I'm late to a meeting, well, you can explain it to the Admiral why I'm late. Because it ain't my fault.
Yeah.
You're just gonna stand there in the middle of the office? Yes. You can't make me
Actually,
move.
the commander part of Hoplite Commander.
No, sadly. These guys don't care that you're the commander of a hazard team. That's not on their ship.
Yeah. And not cool.
I know what you're trying to say, but no.
Yeah. And Dorian.
Gonna say that doesn't help or hurt you.
Okay. Then I'll roll it of 2. I will buy a 3rd die with threat, and I will spend I'll focus in guidance here. I know the correct procedures here. I used to be a chief of security.
I'll take that. Yeah.
Technically, you skipped the chief of security step.
Yeah.
But
Fair enough.
I'm just going straight to the evidence.
No.
Okay.
Throwick was briefly chief of security on one of the other ships, I think.
On the Peltast.
Yeah.
technically, she was also just entirely trained for the position, so.
Yeah.
Groomed, you might say.
That didn't appear to go through. I'm gonna roll again. There we go.
There you go.
I like the first one more.
I also
Me
like
too.
engineering.
It's
I love
I'm not sure. Well,
It all hits anyway, so you're
it's a
good.
much better roll for me. In that case.
But yeah, no, you're able to get the pad. They turn over the pad to you. By virtue of the fact that you are a Starfleet commander who is not currently convicted of anything or stripped of your privileges, and you're on orders. So, all right, fine. They hand you the pad.
All right. And it's at
You-
that point that I find out I can't access it, I presume?
Yep, your biometrics do not match. The pad does not open. And they point out, yeah, they knew about that. They haven't had time to break the biometric lock yet.
Yeah. All right. Then I'm going to start heading to well, when is this happening timeline-wise, actually? Because now it becomes slightly important. Did I do this right after meeting with Rylov, or was this right after?
Right after the engineering thing, you just happened to plot convenience made you go the wrong way.
All right. Then I'm going to tell Rylov to meet me en route, basically, as I'm heading up to the meeting. I'm doing a lot of that right now. Meet me here.
Okay.
I guess. No.
I don't have anything else to do right now, actually. I'm pretty sure he was just going back over that communication log and trying to find out if they saw something or if there was something to be seen, but that can also wait, because that's savable data.
Okay, Aaron Sorkin time. The camera's following you two walking down the hallway, which will be just long enough for you to get where you're going for your conversation.
Perfect.
Yes, come on.
And then, you neglected to inform me that this pad is bio-locked to you.
As it happens, I neglected to have the time to check it at the before being apprehended.
Fair enough. And she'll hand it over and say, transfer me the files that the Admiral will need to see, or that we're authorized to see. Pending.
I will actually have to double check that as I walk. But he'll unlock it and skim. I don't think there was anything particularly secret in there. I believe it was spoofed to be as we said.
Yeah, it's spoofed data.
Yeah, so it all looks like it's Teleshiar communications and fleet positioning. So you just get the file. I'll probably just unlock it and hand the pad to the relic.
Yeah.
After skimming through it briefly, it's like there is
Thank you, Lieutenant.
the appropriate positional and sensor data.
I see why I threw you in the brig briefly.
Oh, so can I. It was an unusual circumstance and one that is highly suspicious.
Indeed.
I was able to put a communications through to Narendra, but I was not able to say anything.
That doctor isn't there yet. They're busy.
It seems
All
highly
right.
likely they detected something in the communications, or in itself saw that it was coming through a Klingon source.
Yes, given our current communication system, I should have warned you about that. My apologies.
I was able to figure it out. But I cannot get verification from the appropriate admiral at this time.
Yeah, I don't think I want to know right now.
Trailblazer.
Right. Okay, then. Anything about the acquisition of this that I'll need to report? Was that all covered in the security briefing?
That Sub-Lieutenant Tal-Ora was, through her own actions and means, as in through means that she has access to, given her standing in the Romulan state just prior to its collapse, was able to acquire this information. But Romulans are not a trusting people. So she
I'll
thought it
attempt
best to hand it
to
to me,
impress
not to
that.
you.
I can't guarantee I'll be able to communicate that effectively, but I'll do my best. Lieutenant?
Everything that she knows is gone. The only person that she presently is aware of, that she has any semblance of trust in, is me. And she is a foreign agent aboard this vessel. To try and approach, especially an unknown command staff, with information that seems as it is, well, you can see how that looks. And how one might be skeptical of its success.
Yes, I believe that Sub-Lieutenant was in a bit of a no-win scenario in that manner. There's no good way to pass on that information. Or no way that doesn't look suspicious.
Shall I remain outside, just in case I am needed?
Yes, please do. I may need your testimony or corroboration.
Very well.
Hopefully not. But... Alright, I've got some reports to make to the Admiral now. I will be outside or buzzed in, whatever is appropriate.
You've been summoned, so you can just walk in. Unless there's a guard at the door, it's okay to just walk up to a conference room if you're supposed to be there.
Alright. Then yeah.
Outside.
Mm-hmm. Then I will step inside.
As you step in, you notice that it's a busy conference room as various people are talking. You do know that there's a strange lack of the medical officer. Oh wait, you remember where that person is right now. No wonder they didn't want to come down. But they're like, oh, fine, someone's gonna die. I'll go down. But this room, there are a variety. The name tag should be on. Yeah. Okay. Good. So you do see the various officers of the ship. Kampf nods his head at you because he recognizes you. The various others you haven't met really. You might be familiar with Captain Volkov just because you've both been in the service roughly the same amount of time, but who knows? And Commander Gray, same way. However, looking around the room, it looks like they're evaluating something other than you guys. In the middle of the table, it looks like they have a star chart pulled up, and it looks like they're setting a course back to somewhere in the Beta Quadrant, somewhere in the Federation Beta Quadrant. And they don't even recognize you walked in. Like they're very busy talking among themselves. Maybe we should do this. Maybe we should do that. Are you sure we should do this? Well, we could do this, but we'd have to adjust this. Well, we need to go to max warp. So we need to push edge as much as possible. How much can you give me? Well, due to the radiation issue, the conversation just goes on and on without you. Like no one's look. Comp's looking around, and he looks at you like, I don't know why you're here. Sort of look like he's like, I can't. What's going on? Why are you here? Looks at the Admiral. He's still talking to somebody. Comp just kind of looks at you like, oh, shrug. He does eventually just walk over at a sheer like, you're a commander, and it's rude just to make you stand there. So, Commander, can I help you?
The Admiral asked me to give a presentation of the Achilles crew's findings at this meeting.
Oh. Admiral! And everyone just kind of jumps as he yells it, and everyone kind of gives him a dirty look, and then he looks alarmed, and then he points to Thrall. He's like, no, don't get mad at me.
Get mad at her.
And they look at you. Oh, forgot you were coming, Commander.
Apologies, we can conduct this business later if you have something more pressing, but...
Well, actually, we've been trying to get in... We've just received communication from... He looks over at the chief pilot officer. Our Lieutenant Solis has found other means to communicate through our shuttle grid. It's not perfect, but we now have new orders to head back to Narinder Station with all available speed, as it seems Narinder Station's under attack.
Was one of the matters I needed to bring up.
Yes, you're right. Thank you, Commander. But we also have received a communication from the Beta Lankal planet. It seems we have an emergency transponder. It seems your captain's mission has gone. Well, it's finished, however it turned out. So hopefully we'll have more good news. But let's hear your report. Let's see if there's something about what you know that will fill in the blanks on why we're racing back to Narendra.
Yes, I believe I can fill in that information at least somewhat. And Threllick's going to place down the pad and link it up into the system and start forwarding that information to the table, basically, to set up the presentation. My security officer was handed this information by Sub-Lieutenant Talora, a Romulan officer now seeking asylum with the Federation after the fall of what were they called? The Senate faction?
The state.
The state. After the fall of the Romulan state. She was able to, through her knowledge and contacts, acquire this Tal Shiar encryption.
Is this sub-lieutenant a member of the Tal Shiar? Comp asks.
No.
Then how did she get it, sir?
I will.
State intelligence contact somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Like
As you know,
naval intelligence, basically.
As you know, Romulan naval intelligence and the Tal Shiar have been at odds since the beginning of the Civil War. I suspect this was through naval intelligence.
For 2 moments, if you can keep Captain Volkov from saying something very dumb right now.
Sure.
I want to know what it was, though.
I do also kind of want to know what it was.
It was going to be, how can we trust... Tal Shiar would never admit they're Tal Shiar. This is probably just a ploy. And it's like, no. Except it's like Ryloth knows who she is and knows she's 100% not Tal Shiar.
Yeah.
And even Thrallic knows her a little bit. It's like, it's completely ridiculous. And Volkov would have just chased that line. Instead, he says... So we have an unverified asset who has another unverified asset who's telling us that we're under attack. Commander?
Virtually. However, if you move to the end of the report, you'll find verification of this information is possible. Apparently, the strike on our communications grid did a lot to damage our ability to receive new orders, as contact with Admiral Trailblazer will confirm these findings.
It's just really easy because no one knows what the hell he's ever doing. So they just be like, I guess.
Paul speaks up and says, well, based on this data, we're not enough ships. I mean, we're good at commanding a fleet of ships, but we need more than just the icebreaker there. The station should be able to help, but we need to deploy everything we have to. They have a whole armada heading at Narendra, according to this.
Reinstate the Achilles.
Getting the Achilles unmothballed would go a long way toward boosting that firepower. If we can return my command crew.
What's your reputation?
4.
How do I have a higher reputation than you?
Because I've never rolled enough to get it up to 5. I keep rolling like 3s and 4s.
Presence command difficulty 1.
All
As
right.
you make your suggestion to the assembled Starfleet officers.
Trait of military family.
Div 0.
All right. Focus in strategy and tactics.
Yep.
Right.
Eh,
Wow. Wow. Terrible.
Well,
Do I want to re-roll that? I think I kind of do. I don't like that comp
let me check one
here.
thing. Damn it. I didn't roll that at the end of the last thing I did.
Yeah. Would my directives affect this roll in any way?
you could challenge a directive at this point, but you wouldn't be able to spend into it because you're advocating the return back to. They have orders to go back, but it's almost like there was an unspoken, oh no, we're gonna have to drop you guys off and send you back. And then you pointed out, by the way, we could just come with you and help.
Yeah.
So they're not violating their orders, but you would be violating yours.
Cool. Then I'll go for a value. I think I have multiple that work here. Because I'm going with the military family angle here, value, this is my most wordy value. The gods visit the sins of the fathers upon the children. It is my duty to establish a legacy now.
I'd take that, yep. A Thralak doesn't turn away from a fight.
Yeah. All right. Re-rolling one. There we go. Much better.
Captain Volkov gives you just glares at you for a bit. Then looks over at the admiral. Looks over at the engineering commander. The admiral just nods. Very well, Commander Thralak. Under Article 14, Section 31, I am temporarily reinstating you in defense of Federation and Starfleet assets. Get your crew ready.
Understood, Admiral.
We're all going to make a brief stop off to get your officers off of Beta Lankal, so whatever it is going on down there, we're going to need to be fast.
Yes, sir.
Expect to see you in daily briefings from here on, you and your captain. Understood?
Understood.
Dismiss, Commander. All right, Solus, how exactly do you want us to use a black hole? Will you see? You step out.
And I will go and speak to Rylov now, honestly, because he's my acting XO at this point. With the captain still gone.
And I think you would have seen him duck into here just before you entered the conference room because it's like, oh, there's panels here I can use. I know that much.
Yeah. There's a wardroom. It's specifically for waiting around and making yourself useful.
Yeah. So he's just coming through the communications thing from before, but it's not particularly relevant.
Lieutenant, we're on our way back to Narendra at maximum warp. Turns out they were kind of one step ahead of us. But the information made it all the more pressing.
That is...
Ryloff.
Yes.
Insight plus security. Difficulty. Yeah. Difficulty 4.
Oh. Constantly watching, question mark?
Yep.
Okay.
Your paranoia trait is why this is happening.
Love that.
Great.
Focus and paranoia?
I would take it, but at a complication increase.
Okay, I either have tactical systems, investigative techniques, or guerrilla tactics, and those are the only other ones I can see maybe applying. I don't know what the situation is, though.
I'll give it a look and think for a second.
Or survival, I guess, I don't know.
Hello? There we go. Yeah, all of them would be at a increase.
Okay.
Well, not all of them, but the ones that would apply, they apply, but they're not exactly what I'm looking for.
Okay. That's a diff 3. We'll give you a threat.
Certainly.
Threat and 2 momentum. To do it that way. Yep. I think I just made the 2 momentum back. I did, yeah.
Holy hell. For a brief moment, you start having a variety of paranoid delusions swim before your eyes. Like you just have all these possibilities that, you know, Borg could be Talstiar, could be this, that, and the other. And you run through the list of possible ways that this is a trap. Like, how did they get the knowledge, the same knowledge you did? Why did Starfleet order them to head that way when the time guys gave you stuff? And it just, for once, one of those rare things that almost never happens in your experience as a security officer, serendipity, good old-fashioned luck. You learn something, they happen to be told, someone must have found out something and told them through channels. You just happen to know about stuff from a unique perspective. So these guys are acting are likely acting on good information. Starfleet intelligence is fairly formidable when they actually try.
Yeah, I mean, we know that Varder's out that way.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, Varder.
Yeah, let's just check and see if I gave you a false read.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
He's just like, there are a few options for as to why that might have happened. Starfleet does have its own intelligence, or the similar means as to myself were attempting to guarantee an outcome.
In the meantime, though, it suits the orders that we need to follow. Anyway, we're being remobilized, at least temporarily, along with the Achilles herself once we are back in position.
Well, my last remobilization was indeed fairly temporary. I think it was about 30 minutes.
Yeah, let's try and beat that record.
As you say, Commander.
And new scene. Do.
I got put back in service for 30 minutes, then arrested again. And look, I'm back.
That's funny.
That also has to be some kind of record.
Yeah. You were suspended from active service for like 10 minutes.
I think it was longer than 10 minutes.
All right. Team engineering. So Dr. Duvall's gotten here. Hooray. Duvall gives a look at Asa, and you get the Asa without a roll. You can tell that Duvall is grumpy and irritated. But when they look over at the scene, they just kind of give a curt nod of approval, like, yeah, you were right to call me down here, sort of nod. But they don't say it out loud because, doctors have their pride.
See, Aza's like a raging hypocrite because she's also full of pride, but she is like feeling the most vindicated, like not a human being, the most vindicated a sentient being can feel right now because, Mr. Doctor doesn't want to do his job. Yes, he was right the whole time. So yes, I will let him do his job and assist as he needs it.
And we're just in time for Tabin to take some damage.
Pretty sure hurting children is against the Twitch TOS, so...
Well, you're not a child, so I don't feel bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. -1 to 5 because you're wearing the suit. You're looking at an injury. Cost to stay on your feet is 3, 4, 5. As you feel very, very nauseous and very, very sick, and your suit is giving you radiation alarms.
How about I just plop over and not stay up?
Thud.
Because really, I'm a child. Eventually, I'll be forgiven. It's really Arlen's problem at the moment because he's so deep.
So you're just like, all
Wow.
right, I'm out. You're just not going to worry about this problem anymore.
The worst.
I mean, as Taban, I really don't have the resources to handle this.
Mm-hmm.
5. Okay. Yeah, it's probably a good time to go down anyways. That way I don't have to be conscious when Azza finds out. Give her time to cool down before she can complain.
A tactical coma. I got it.
Tactical coma.
Ah, damn it all. Lieutenant, get that person's tricorder and scan them. See how bad off they are.
You'll find
Counselor?
my first tricorder on me.
Counselor, I need you to grab EVA suits for the both of us. We have to get in there. We can't have an engineer doing our job.
I understood.
Yeah, my solution might involve duct tape.
Not duct tape, tricorder. You open it up and wave it around, and you tell me what it says. Duval's not a nice doctor. Bedside manner of suck.
Bedside manner of suck.
Score no.
Well, I know. Oh, I can yeet this. I can probably throw this person in 5 meters with a significant amount of explosion, but.
Aza, you can, because Duval called you to do it, you can perform a fitness medicine roll difficulty of, for now, I'll put it at 2, to get the EVA suits in a timely manner. Because you're doing something that's helping the overall mission, so you're not really eating into opportunity. It's just a matter of getting there and back.
Oh yeah, you're gonna send me old late. Sure. All right, fitness plus medicine. I'm not gonna have a focus in any of this.
Counselor just want to do their job. Oh no. Duval's being petty, I admit.
No, and she doesn't get to use that excuse all the time. Am I at increased complication or difficulty from haunted?
No, because you're kind of by yourself.
Okay.
You're fine for now.
Okay. You know what? I'll be bold here. I didn't even intend for that pun, but take a threat.
Oh, I was going to give myself a Q number of cards. I'm now giving myself a number of cards. Let's try that again. There we go.
All right. I'm gonna re-roll the comp. Oh, would you look at that?
You were there and back again.
You referenced The Hobbit, so I said that was a good book.
Oh, it was. Yes.
Okay.
Was it intentional? I'll admit.
I will grab, I'm picturing there's like 2 little cases, and I'll run back down the hall, and I'll just throw the EVA case at him and start putting mine on.
Yep. And then when they let it kind of clatter to the ground, and they very quickly just kind of kick the control to get it to pop open, and they're racing to put it on because they know time's of the essence. Meanwhile,
race to put it on, but make sure you put it on, correctly, or else we have more problems.
Meanwhile, Arlen, what are you doing? You just watched a little kid keel over, and there's a radiation alarm going off in their suit, and the doctors aren't in here yet. They're going to take time. And you get to
Sorry.
Shit.
I checked the kid. Oh God, is he dead? Is there a pulse?
Do you use your regular tricorder, or do you grab the My First medical tricorder?
I'm probably don't have the presence of mind to think I need a specialized tricorder.
Okay.
So
Reason plus medicine difficulty of 3.
oh boy.
Because you're using the wrong tool to scan this person. Because your engineering tricorder is telling you the status of the suit before it tells you about the person in the suit.
This dying child has a plasma phase covariance. You need to look into that.
Dude, we'll have difficulty moving because there's an unconscious occupant inside.
Yes, thank you, tricorder.
You need to reroute the power systems of this small child.
I'm not gonna bother with the focus because I don't know medicine.
You need to purge the suit of its biologic infestation.
All right, plasma fire it is. Sterilize it.
And that's when Arlen was court-martialed.
It's only court-martial if they can catch me.
That's when Asa was court-martialed
try an
for
abstention.
first-degree murder.
All right, 1 momentum, 2 threat. Let's have fun with this.
1 momentum, 2 threat, you say?
Yep.
Wow.
Boop.
Jesus.
I managed to get a 1. The only chance I had to crit.
This person is suffering from a non-lethal injury. They've just passed out from the shock of having radiation sickness.
Okay.
Especially considering that the child inside has a lot less body weight than you do, so that did a lot more damage to him than it did to you.
Yeah, it probably permeated him more. On a scale of 1 to 5, how many rads are we dealing with?
Enough rads that he is savable through medical technology that Starfleet has. That's why it's non-lethal as opposed to lethal. They have the science, they have the medical knowledge, know how to dose him appropriately and purge him of radiation. The catch is they need to get him away from the source. Otherwise, purging his body of radiation will do nothing if he's just going to be re-exposed again.
We have the technology. We can build him better, stronger, faster. All right.
I'm down to play a Borg Taban.
All right. What do I have available in me in this room?
My first med kit.
Okay. I'm looking for something like a noble gas, xenon, neon, argon.
All those things you're looking for are in the adjoining rooms. This is a throughway. This is meant for people to go and there's a status control panel here, but they don't store anything in here.
What about behind the walls, or in the walls?
Well, these are walls with computer systems in them for managing and monitoring the engine and power systems. There might be like an engineering kit if you dig around enough. Cough, cough, spend an opportunity. But you have an engineering kit with you.
I have an engineering kit with me. How about I spend and momentum? They happen to be transporting xenon and gas containers in this hallway. They just sent down and they just got trapped in the hallway with us.
I will. That would be
2
momentum. That's an advantage.
Okay. I'll take that.
There could be just by sheer chance they happen. Like there's like a case in a drawer that's like we kind of put it in there. It is secure, but it's not supposed to be stored here. It's just here for now. They were going to use it for something.
They were going to use it for something.
So well, I'm using it now. It's fine now.
All right. Can I jury rig the xenon into some sort of radiation and purge system that I could flood a suit and use it to soak up the radiation and flush it out the other end?
I mean, possibly. Do you tell the medical officers? Do you tell the medical officers you're doing this as they're starting to step through the force field? Because Duvall just waves to Asa, at least you go in there. Because they don't know what you're doing in there.
Don't have time. Don't have time.
Yeah, Isa, do you go in when the doctor waves you in to come after them?
Oh, yes, absolutely. I'm sorry.
Oh no, that's okay. You can give me insight plus. Actually, insight medicine difficulty of 3, because you see Arlen running away from the patient, and he's looking through like something. He's pulling out a container. It has xenon on it, and he's not telling you what he's doing, but your insight might catch on what he's trying to do.
Insight medicine. Okay. I'm not gonna have a focus in noble gases or radiation treatment, so my insight medicine is it's a 15. Oh, okay. Oh shit, you have a lot of threat. Okay, I'm gonna spend 1 momentum.
I mean, if you want to give him more threat, he's only going to spend it against me.
Oh dear. Okay. I don't want this to stand because I don't want Taven to die. So, okay. GM.
Mm-hmm.
I have the value. Despite my experiences, I have much to learn. This is the replacement for when I had to challenge experience over education. Can I use that here on the logic that he probably knows what he's doing, and I just don't know what method he's using to help him?
Sure. You might be
All right.
you might be putting a little extra faith in Arlen than you otherwise would.
I see. It is a determination spend for her to put faith in Arlen because he's made many choices in front of her.
You could say you have faith of the heart.
Get away with
put
it.
No!
And put $1 in the jar.
Better hurry up or I'm gonna get cancer of the heart.
God, you could pay off my student loans with
I
that
got
jar.
$1
All
for
right.
every time. That'd be amazing.
No, I'm actually going to do that on my stream. Every time I make a Faith of a Heart reference, I put $1 in a jar, and then I donate the jar to a charity.
It's going to a good cause.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I still failed the roll. I guess.
You still failed it, but you don't make you don't jump to a wrong conclusion. You just don't know what he's doing with that.
I mean, does Duval assist?
Okay.
Ooh,
All right.
You're right. Zaval might assist because they're right there with you.
I'm sorry, I pressed the button twice, but that was the roll to get my determination back, and it failed.
You did it.
Oh, you make it.
You notice it. You kind of look confused at Duval for a half second, and then Duval looks at you like, "Why are you looking at me confused?" Looks where you're looking, and goes, "Oh, I mean that's one way to purge a suit." All right. Let's make sure we don't kill this. Whoever this is. Who is this person?
Here we go.
Asa, can you help me scan our patient so we can figure out so the lieutenant here doesn't just kill this person? Maybe they're allergic to xenon.
He said the man was a Calaxian and that they were an entirely nonverbal race. And she's repeating this information assuming it's true.
Oh boy.
Well, last I checked, they are not 10-year-old Bajoran children. So taps a control on the helmet and boop, the blackout goes away and it shows Taben's face in there. Which this isn't good because now Asa's seeing the subject of a trauma. Wee.
Yeah, earlier on in this episode I referenced doing the Spock eyebrow raise. Now we're doing the dramatic, mentally anguished eyebrow twitch. This is classic torturous mental trauma stuff to see. Oh, I thought this was just a random person. Oh no, it's a person I love being hurt here.
Aw, you love me?
Love is a strong word.
Hey, as a mother,
Don't use that word, please.
Okay, as a maternal figure.
Grandma.
Oh,
I was gonna go with aunt. Maybe a great
Rude.
aunt. Or a great.
Stop it, you. Stop. So
none
yeah,
of you are
Arlen,
fit for duty.
Arlen, you can see the visible distress that Aza's going through, and Duval's looking at you, looking up at you, and frowning, and does not look pleased with you at all.
Don't have time to explain. Kid's dying. Let's go. I'm gonna make a ad lib radiation purge device. BSing all the science, and my science teacher is having a heart attack right now.
Daring engineering diff 5 because I don't know the science, but Star Trek can pull off some weird stuff. Duval will be
Track,
assisting you
crack.
with her medical knowledge. Aza, I don't know what Aza's going to do because if Aza assists, the difficulty doesn't jump up, thankfully, because you're not the main roller, but the comp will jump up because Aza is going to be all kinds of not in a great place. But Aza can assist anyway with a medicine roll, but it depends on what Aza wants to do on that.
Asa is gonna like take a step back, and she can't help here. She I'm picturing it's like the more logical part of her brain is like, okay, well, this is clearly too personal. We have to recuse ourselves because we can't act in a proper way because we want to currently put our hands around the neck of Arlen. And the less logical part of her brain is, okay, we can't react because we're freaking out because Tapin might be dying. And so in either part of her brain is not in the mood to help right now.
Yep. Fair enough. Arlen, on the plus side, because the CMO is here, you're benefiting from the ship's assistance.
All right, I am too busy to explain myself right now.
Oh, don't worry, you're gonna get yelled at later. The
I'm gonna
CMO is wondering
fully-
why the hell a child's in the engineering exposed to high doses of radiation.
I'm expected to get busted down and rank after this.
Who knows? We'll see how much reprimand you get.
Oh right.
3 negatives, yeah.
All right. Tinkering in focus.
Yes, but I'm gonna spend threat to create increase your comp because it does apply, but I can see how I can mess with the situation.
Awesome. Cockroach Medal of Excellence. I double my focus range. I crit.
Oh, isn't that for a particular discipline or is it for any?
It's for a particular discipline.
And it's tinkering that you have it attached to?
Yep.
Yep, fair enough. Carry on.
Okie day. Bolt engineering, we'll get to that in a minute. I know my ship. Tabin's not a ship. Saboteur, that's the exact opposite thing I want to do.
Wonderful.
If you sabotage the kid's suit and kill him, I'm just yeeting your character. Just letting you know now.
I accept my fate. Do what you must. I have
Is this an engineering task to perform a repair?
Say again?
Is this an engineering task and attempting to perform a repair?
Oh, you're thinking emergency repair sort of idea?
Yeah, I'm trying to stretch for jury rig.
Oh, for your jury rig power.
Yeah.
The kid.
I'm jury rigging in a radiation purge, so in theory.
I will say yes on the basis that this suit's specific function is to isolate the subject from radiation. The radiation's inside, therefore there must be a fault of some kind in the system that allowed this to happen, which you're attempting to rectify, which would constitute a repair.
Okay.
Sorry, I had to justify that to myself aloud. I was like, does that make sense to me? Yes, it does.
This is
Okay.
yeah. I'm pulling all the stops.
Don't
Okay,
it's gonna die.
so I'm going to reduce the difficulty of this task by 2 to a minimum of 0. However, the repairs of this is only temporary and
and will only last a single scene unless I spend momentum to extend it.
So, suit won't be. You have to get him out of the suit by the end of the
I'll have to
scene.
get him out of the suit.
Yeah.
All right.
So diff 3, then I believe.
Diff 3. Stretch on a value. Home is where the tools are.
Hold on. That short circuited me. Home is where the tools are.
Taven's family. I'm saving family in my home. Okay, maybe too much.
Hey, you talked me out of it now.
This is the first time we've met.
All right. When in doubt, duct tape.
I mean, yeah, this is a very spit and duct tape solution.
All right.
What's
Limit
after you
pusher.
connecting that tank of xenon to their suit? I don't know. Help me figure that out. Oh, that's encouraging. All right.
Good idea.
We can use the emergency induction port. Like, that's for drinking stuff. Well, I mean, where else are we gonna put it? Okay, fair point.
Square peg, round hole. More duct tape. Give me a straw, and we'll make it work. All right. Traits. Limit pusher.
No kidding. Difficult.
Let's go comp.
Oh, comp 1.
Fast thinker.
Yes. Diff 2.
Lateral thinker.
Yeah, diff 1.
And my favorite, reckless.
Comp 2. And I'll spend again to bring the comp up to 3.
All right. Let's spend 1 threat.
1 third eye.
Bold reroll. And one of those ones is rolled an 8. So that's another crit.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on a diff 1. So 5. There is a comp coming from the ship.
Plus 2 for my value.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So it
So
would be
you're
at
at-
7.
So burn down to 5 to get rid of the comp, I imagine.
Yep.
Okay. Something's in the suit. Whatever it is, you knocked it out. All right, fine. Counselor.
What?
I'm going to open the suit. You're going to take the patient out and get them out through that force field, all right? We need to get them away from the suit. Keep that xenon on him, otherwise it's whatever's in there is going to wake up and be very angry with us.
Mhm.
Can I add a momentum spend?
For what?
Create the advantage that after all this, Tabin and coughs or moans or something to give signs that yes, I'm alive, and that might help Aza with her trauma. Like, okay, he's not dead yet.
That's a fair. I'll give you that 2 momentum. That's a fair advantage to throw out there.
Okay.
Like almost immediately he coughs. He has signs that he's alive. He looks a lot less scary looking when he's out of the now that the radiation's being neutralized.
Yeah, we've gone from thoughts of assault and battery to thoughts of screaming. But okay, she will grab Tapin and gingerly carry him outside.
Fitness plus medicine. This doctor is not cluing in this is a bad idea, but oh well.
Wait, isn't that what he asked me to do?
It is, but he's asked a person who is. They figure you're just having a bad day, and it's like, no, she knows who this is, you jerk.
Okay. Yeah, I thought you were saying that I was going against his will when I thought I was executing his will. Okay, all right. Fitness medicine. I don't have to determine anymore.
Hold on, I have to calculate. So your trauma is currently
1.
children is 1. So it would be up to 4, but Arlen's helped you out a bit, brought it down to 3. So it's not that bad. But you are haunted, so comp 2. Fitness medicine difficulty 3, comp 2.
Wouldn't it be complication +1 from trauma?
Oh, you're
plus
right.
1?
You're 100% right.
Okay.
So plus comp 4 total.
Oh, how lovely. You're welcome.
There's a reason Duval is not a medical ship. That only goes to the really good doctors.
Oh God. Okay. All right. My fitness medicine is an 11. I don't know if focus and hand phasers or cooking is going to come in here. Oh God.
Just disintegrate the child. There, he's not there anymore.
No, the hand phaser focus is gonna come in handy later when you yell at me.
I mean, cooking, technically. Microwave radiation.
Oh God. I'm too tired to dig for a milestone, so here's what I'm going to do. Okay. Hold on.
Holding on.
Wait, what are we supposed to hold on to?
Don't get away with you.
Okay. I am going to spend all 3 momentum for 4 dice, and then give you 4 threat to roll 5 dice.
Roger.
Oh, 3 threat.
Oh, you're right.
Sorry, I'm very tired. Okay, I did it.
And the scene ends with Tabin just kind of taking a full deep breath, and the doctor being very puzzled at and pointing out the thing that they scan in the suit to Arlen, and then they take out a small Type 1 phaser and they just casually just fire at it.
No, that's probably protocol.
It's like, and nope, we're not letting that get out.
Oh no! In my cinematography brain, I'm totally picturing like you get like a flat shot with like Tabin and Asa in the foreground, and then out of focus in the background, you get Arlen and Duval, and you see them, reconnect after saving Tabin's life, and then they fade out of focus, and then fading in focus in the background is them shooting the remnants of a suit.
All right, so I didn't kill you guys, much to my chagrin. Oh yes. New scene, of course.
I mean, I was about to call the GM a pussy, but he's about to kill me.
He only has 20 thread.
Who would be meeting Ensign Ven at the transporter room? If anyone. We're flashing forward a bit.
I'll probably be heading down there.
Am I being ordered to?
I don't think so.
Okay, good.
Am I allowed to go?
You are. Right now, you guys have been reinstated under Article 14, Section 31, under emergency orders to help defend the Federation. So for now, the Admiral has activated you guys to help him. So you're part of his crew until he can get you back to the Achilles.
Is that before or after? Is that before or after they found out I irradiated a kid?
Well, we have to resolve that. That your current inquiry board is pending. We still have to. That'll be
You're
resolved.
on probation.
I'm on probation.
We'll get to that.
Okay. Asa would love to help, but I'm very tired, so I'm going to say that Asa is busy with other matters at this moment.
That's fair.
Yeah. Rylov has someone he's going to try to not be in the brig anymore, so he's elsewhere.
Okay.
I will show up. I need to tease a kid.
I'll I'll give you 2 threat to show up.
Give him 2 threats
What?
anyway. Okay.
Find me a good vent I can listen and watch in from.
You can accidentally like bumble your way onto the transporter pad as they beam down.
To Vix, to Vix, to Vix.
I was about to
to
say,
Vix.
an irradiated person near a transporter. It's Star Trek writer Gold.
Mhm. You're going to split into 2 people, or you're going to merge with someone else, or
No.
Grow up.
I mean
ages are going.
I was
Our
about to say,
ages switch.
yeah, or yeah, like I become 25 and and Finn becomes 10.
Nothing changes.
Anyone else come? I think that's everybody who could go. Ben, you had to wait a few, a couple of hours before they got back, and you're beamed up from your position, seeing Arlen and Thralic.
Ensign,
And, Ben,
report. Where's the captain?
he twists his EVA suit helmet, takes it off. It's complicated. I'm not quite sure. He was taking a position against a Klingon assault party that ambushed us. Then Klingon ships must have fired on us from orbit. Disruptor cannon fire came down, and destroyed the position. But in the aftermath, I was able to scan and determine that there was a transport at the exact moment of the weapon's impact. It might have just been a cover for an extraction, but I don't know if the captain was intended to be part of it.
I can tell you now, Commander, I didn't see anything resembling Captain Penn's signature down there. He's not on the planet.
He could be on
Well,
the on the planet. That also wouldn't pick up a
I was just saying,
signature,
I would have been used. But
Well,
anyway,
the transport engineer's trying to be nice.
but anyway, and he steps off the pad and looks back to all of the equipment that's still behind him.
Yeah, the expedition gear worth of stuff. Which, by the way, you guys had one reroll you could have back then, but not that you needed it.
I totally forgot about that.
Yeah.
Anyway, he steps off the pad and he says, "But if he's been taken, then that means that they probably want him alive. Otherwise, they would have just vaporized him."
They probably would have vaporized their own.
Show him the file.
Honestly.
Show him the video.
Oh yeah, I have. In fact, I have footage of the event itself, and he takes.
You
out
were
his
recording, Ensign? Says the appalled transport chief.
I had already set it to passive record.
He gives a look at Arlen and to Thralic, looking very alarmed.
Yeah, like Thralic looks like. What? Okay.
I had it set passively recording. I forgot I left it on.
We'll go over that conduct later, Ensign. For now,
Anyway.
This is a stroke of good luck.
Anyway, that's neither here nor there. All of that happened after we accomplished our primary mission. Well, kind of. We managed to track down the enemy agent, and, well, he sooner blew himself up than allowed himself to be taken alive.
You were able to confirm neutralization.
Yes. Yes, I was.
Good. Good. That was your primary mission objective.
Given that the captain and I were almost caught in the suicide blast that he let off. Speaking of which, he takes out the dead man switch and he says, "Rylov's probably going to want to take a look at this. This is all that we were able to recover." He attempted to set off a second detonator at the exact same time, double the yield. Pend managed to capture it, and we managed to disarm it.
Was it linked to anything, Ensign? Says the transporter chief, out of just sheer curiosity.
Not that we were able to determine. My scans didn't. My scans didn't detect any additional explosives down there, so. We don't quite know what it's for, and once we disarmed it, once we disarmed it, we weren't too eager to go fiddling around with it without pause.
Lieutenant, coordinate with Lieutenant Rylov on this particular matter, and gesture for Ven to hand over the detonator.
Ven hands over the little detonator rather cautiously.
Right.
I take it and I try to assume the same hand grip that he had on it.
Yeah, you notice he's not clutching it; he's letting it just rest on his hand. Like he doesn't have to hold it close because they disarmed it.
Yeah.
But I can see you not wanting to grip it either to turn it back on or something. So I follow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Click. Whoops.
All right, Ensign. I'll get you up to speed at 0700. We're being redeployed. Achilles is icebreakers en route back to Narendra Station. We'll have to settle this matter with the captain, but we might not have time to divert course into an investigation at this point in time.
Wait, redeployed? Where are we going?
Ven's just looking bewildered.
Ensign, a quick question for you. Why'd you requisition so much equipment? It's like you had an entire expedition team's worth of stuff down there. I don't have you registered as an expedition expert.
Let's just say that we were going against a rather resourceful opponent, and we didn't know what to expect.
Oh. Good for you, Ensign. Pays to be prepared.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Commander, Lieutenant. The Treasurer Chief just kind of like, whoops, sorry, I kind of forgot myself. Because they're just an enlisted. They're like, whoops, I talked over some officers. Whoopsie.
He's asking a lot of questions. Am I getting any weird feelings from him?
He's puzzled. And very curious. Like this is, if this is the sort of mission, this doesn't feel like a mission this guy's used to dealing with.
He wanted something a little more adventurous, so he's probing for adventure.
Yeah.
Something fun.
Because he's a transport chief. He doesn't get to go on away missions. He's not supposed to. Aww. Unless you're going down with the transporter, with a transporter pad, and you're managing that pad, you know.
Regardless, Ensign, Lieutenant, we'll be having an Achilles staff meeting shortly. It's been a long day.
While we're talking here, can I take a look at this device?
The scene's gonna end here in a moment because that's something you'll have to catch next time.
Okay.
Actually, I'll end the scene here. That's actually a good point to transition to the final scene of the night. And this is where we finally kill Pend.
Yay! I get a ship.
I mean,
you had a ship before. What are you yaying about?
You can certainly fucking try.
You're in a hallway. Huzzah!
Is there anyone in this hallway?
Nope. There's some turbolifts, you think? Some doors.
I'll look around the room, see if there's any notification of what's where or...
Ooh, actually, looking at this map, let's point it where you can see. This is actually a window to the outside. So you could do an insight plus con roll and guess where you are. Diff 4 though, because you're basically going by windows.
Through the walls.
Well, he's like there is a like a window to the outside.
Yeah,
It's
he's
just
making a joke of a song.
Oh.
Master strategist. I'm finding my position so I can best maneuver.
I'll take Master Strategist under the auspice that your character's probably well versed in his local strategic area. Like he knows certain things. Like he can probably tell you precisely where XYZ planet is, but he can tell you where Kittimer is. Like that's very important to know.
Trait of tried and tested. It's not my first Klingon ship.
It's not the first thing we've even captured, so yeah. Either way. Well, captured. Diff
2 now.
2. Brain.
The only other one I can think about calling on is Head of Clancy. I'm still trying to escape at this stage.
No. I would take it if you were somewhere in the Alpha Quadrant, but you're too far away from their territory.
Yeah, that's fair. Focus in strategy and tactics.
Yes.
Take a threat, please. I succeeded.
If you were to hazard a guess, I have a map for exactly this reason. You seem to be. You'd guess somewhere in the Theban sector. It's a Klingon sector. Toward the in the direction of Narendra Station, and it's just coreward of the Bamoth sector. Just like going by, you do some quick math and make a rough guess. You couldn't tell any more accurately than that, but on a glance, that's where it looks like you are.
Okay. Can I look for the what would be captain is Joe, isn't it?
Hud.
Joe
is household.
I got it wrong way around. I'm gonna look for either the Hod's quarters or the bridge.
As you start you start walking up to the door and start preparing to have to do another deadlift to get going. That is when it explodes. No, I'm just kidding. You hear the turbolifts stopping on your floor. Sounds like people are coming out of those doors in a second.
I will just slide round to the side of it.
Slide, you're hopping on one leg.
Scroll.
I will do the worm to the side of the door.
Worm.
Immersion reestablished.
So, so there's this one and there's this one.
What? It sounds like they're both coming down?
Yep.
Fuck it, I'm going to be seen from both sides. I'm just going to hop to the center of the room.
Okay, you'll have time to kind of get yourself situated. The door's open. If I could get the right layer, thank you. Some Klingon warriors come out, take up defensive positions on either side of you. Do you do anything?
I will look to both ends.
Then someone comes out of this door.
Does this person look familiar?
Insight. plus command difficulty of 4. They are relatively high ranked, but they're not one of the great houses, so it's a little harder for you to recall off the top of your head who this is. I don't think you've ever met them. Nope, you haven't met them. I know for sure you haven't.
Focus in mental prowess.
I would take that.
Take 3 threat.
Taking 3 threat. That is 4, 5, 6. So 2 momentum generated. You recognize the former Zhou of House Rasa, now House Tarkin. You see Rasa herself.
Oh, don't we look spry for a dead person?
Looking at her person, the other part that made it hard is that you notice that she has no rank badge, she has no house badge. So by her uniform, she is rankless and without house. But these Klingons don't seem to mind her presence.
Oda's gonna be mad.
Dang. Oda's gonna be bad.
Expect an all caps message in this chat tomorrow.
So,
Oda's gonna be angry.
are you the leader I should speak to, or should I speak to someone of actual rank?
Actually, I'm the reason that, well, I needed to speak with you privately, Captain Pendant. I thought that this would be the most expedient way to get a private chat between the head of Clan Shishashrir and the de facto leader of the Tripolity forces.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, de jure. De jure, de facto? By law. Yes.
Whatever they want to go by. But your best
Sure.
plan of that was to orbitally bombard me and beam me away?
Well, we were gonna kill whoever it was with you, but we really didn't have time. You kind of sped our timetable up a bit. But kind of need the Starfleet not to be aware of this. I kind of need a rare solution to my problem, because a certain thick-headed Klingon is about to undo all my hard work and is gonna get us all killed. So, if you don't mind, I'd like to bring you with me to stop him from making a mistake. I can explain more to you over some blood wine if you don't mind. Or I think we probably have some ale of some sort you could drink. And where'd his leg go? We confiscated it from him. What's he gonna do with his leg? Get him his leg back.
I mean, you do realise
no!
I took a station hopping on one leg. I can easily take a ship.
The Klingons kind of start approaching. She says some sort of order in Klingon. You don't quite catch it, but you get the gist of stop or something like that.
I mean, gentlemen, you can surely try, but it's not going to end well.
It's that level of determination that we're going to need to stop the Zhou of Subgitta. So do you want to chat, or do you want to try hopping around some more?
Depends on what you say. I can still take the ship later if I don't like it.
That's a very good answer, Captain. And that is the end of the episode.